Wilhelm vie nakkikioskille kotikatsomossa.
Markov tekee maalin! Tekee sen maalin!
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
Everybody, and welcome to this lovely start to this particular broadcast. Another presentation of the ECL Elite Division. Sin
And
is
I'm
me,
Sergey.
I am Sin, and it's one of those things that happens, but we thank you for sticking with us here in the early stages. Stumbling out of the gates, but we'll get back on track as we do. We thank you again for joining us for this presentation of the ECL Elite Division right here, of course, on NHL Gamer. Sin, dare I say, you've never looked better.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just gonna say the same about you. All right, there we go. Now we got the names fixed. Couldn't get that joke out in time. Speed and issue, but yeah, feeling fantastic about this. Get to watch the two incredible series continuing on, of course, and yeah, I mean, I just can't wait to get the action started.
Absolutely. So again, for you here today, the continuation of our semifinals here in the Elite Division, kicking things off, of course, the rematch from last year. We see it again this year, a 1-1 split so far. hREDS and HAVU kick things off, and a little bit later on, we'll see Philadelphia looking to punch their ticket back to the final. They have a 2-0 series lead on Färjestad, so we'll see how that one plays out. A quick look at the bracket to show you just how we got here at this stage. Of course, again, it was Phila picking up a round one victory over IQ, FBK. Pretty hard fought series as well against Goons in that first round. Again, we'll talk about that matchup a little bit later on. But in talking about hREDS and HAVU and how this one is going to play out, I mean, Sin, very, very close and competitive first two games that we saw on Monday.
Yeah, they really were, and kind of, a little bit of everything. There's, obviously very tight defensively as we thought. When things did break open, though, you could see kind of, hREDS start to come to life a little bit more. And when things were a bit tighter, you really saw HAVU having those advantages there. So the series is kind of shaping up, perhaps as we may have predicted, but it's, still could go either way. Those two teams are just so close and competitive.
Absolutely. Now, before we get into the breakdown here for this particular series, something a little bit different going on here today as well for those of you in chat, as we have a certain little giveaway running this time out. You have the opportunity to walk away with a code from our friends at Viaplay, a 1-month free service membership at Viaplay. Unlimited access to entire seasons of popular TV series, thousands of movies, live sporting events, and more great kids content. Of course, the exclusive rights for the NHL as well. So you see there the hashtag that you need to enter. Again, this is for those in Finland only. We apologize for that, but feel free to use the hashtag Viaplay ECL in chat for your chance to win. We'll be drawing a winner upon the conclusion of our opening round series. Again, we thank Viaplay for sponsoring the ECL and helping make this season what it has been. Now, Sim, with that, we move on to setting the stage here for Game 3. Again, the first two games of this broadcast will be Games 3 and 4 of this HAVU and hREDS series. So as we get into the breakdown, let's take a look at the team stats for what we've seen from these two teams so far here in this postseason. Again, HAVU handing hREDS their first loss in this playoff run this past Monday. You get a look at the stats there, though, and really, I mean, HAVU's defense has to stand out at this point through 7 games played.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And it's been on display here going up against such an offensive dynamo in hREDS. Keep the first one, HAVU winning 1-0 in overtime. And I think the second one was a 3-2 victory for hREDS there. It's just incredibly close between these two teams. And, it's one of those series where it really either like it doesn't really matter like how like what score the games are going to end. You just have that feeling they're only going to be one goal games or maybe 2 goal games at the end of it max. It's just these two teams so evenly matched, and when they play together, it just kind of it's like a Clash of the Titans kind of scenario.
Absolutely. So with that, we'll get to a look at the team lineups here for tonight's action. We do have one change. I'll talk about hREDS on that right-hand side first, though. The same 6 that you would expect. Villapoika, Benito, and Nicky Dangles up top. Domi, King of Apes on defense, and FaZe between the pipes. Again, on the HAVU side, though, is where we see a change. Pawanso, Dominointi, and Flyer Kungan, the captain, the front 3. Jade Toro, Nasistelia on defense, but the change perhaps expected. They've done it all season long. It's been a true goaltending tandem. Sibelius draws the next 2 games. And Sin, once again, we were able to have, a good friend of ours in one, Connor Martindale, get a brief interview with some members that are taking part in the series tonight. And he was able to get a word with Sibelius. So let's hear from Connor now.
Okay. I'm joined here by Sibba, the starting goalie for HAVU tonight. Yesterday, Toro spoke quite at length about the change in play in his switch from Fila to HAVU, as well as how they still have another gear that they can find almost. As you're in the unique position of having watched HAVU both from as a viewer and in-game as a goalie, what stood out to you in the first couple games that you think HAVU can still improve upon and ultimately take the series because of it?
First of all, I think we can't give them those easy turnovers on their blue line or at our defensive zone, because I think they scored all 3 goals from our easy mistakes on game 2. So we really need to minimize our mistakes and focus to opening passes and zone entries. And second of all, we need to make some sort of chaos in front of their net. So basically we need to start taking more shots from lower percentage shot spots to get their defense moving. And when we get those chances, we have to be clinical, because there won't be too many chances per game. And last but not least, I think this is something we can't improve from Monday, as we took 0 penalties, but we really need to stay out of the box, because I think when these 3 things are working, I think we should be going to the finals.
Yeah, I think I remember, the second goal in the second game. It was just as the period was ending, and it was kind of like a bounce situation, but pretty much all the players just kind of assumed you'd pick it up. They all just kind of went forward, and then it just kind of bounced towards, I think it was Benito. So yeah. I guess, like I said, just shut down those chances and should come out with it. Well, thank you for joining us, Sibba, and offering us your invaluable insight once again. As always, we wish you good luck later on. And on that note, we'll send it back to the studio.
So again, a big thank you to Connor there for helping us out on this particular broadcast. Of course, Sin, it was always going to be interesting to see what would happen with Sibelius stepping into the lineup, and of course has some phenomenal stats that you'll see in a moment in this postseason so far. But we'll continue onward with our normal trajectory here in terms of looking at the position-by-position breakdown. We'll start off with the battle of the centers, as we always do, as it is Dominointi against Benito and Sin. I mean, you got the feeling in the first 2 games, these two were pretty evenly matched, and yeah, the stats seem to speak to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, Dominointi, a bit more the setup guy between Puanzo, Flyer Kung, and Benito kind of being the finisher. But when you got those 2 dynamic wingers in Villapoika and Nicky Dangles, who are, constantly setting up plays and forcing turnovers and stuff, Benito just kind of, finding himself in great positions oftentimes, but that's what it takes to be a solid center. And both of these guys are absolutely solid centers. They do what they need to do. They're in the position they need to be in, and they play great defense.
Take a look at the winger battle next, as well as we have Pawanso and Flyer Kungan for HAVU. And of course, on the flip side for hREDS, Villapoika and Nicky Dangles. And of course, the point totals impressive across the board. hREDS, a little bit more of an offensive output there. But I mean, Sim, we look at those first 2 games, and it was Villapoika really carrying the weight offensively for hREDS.
He absolutely was, yeah. And it's it's great to have someone like that stepping up in the series. Even a better scenario when it's, a guy who's newer to the team, it really kind of takes some of the edge off the rest of the lineup. That being said, in that second game, Nicky Dangles really started to come alive as well. And if hREDS can continue to do that, have different guys stepping up throughout the course of the series, it's going to be absolutely huge for them. And on that flip side, I mean, we kind of, know what Puanso Flyer Kungen bringing back to the table. Puanso being the goal scorer that he's being, seeming like a missing ingredient of HAVU from last season. And obviously the captain Flyer Kungen, just a completely dynamic winger and so scary there on the forecheck.
Looking at the 4 defenders in this matchup as well, J Toro, Nasustelia, Domi, and King of Apes. And again, Sin, we see that point production advantage in favor of hREDS. But as we'll talk about when we get to our keys to success here, I mean, with all 4 of these guys, there are some aspects to their game, I think, that have stood out, and for some of them, it might be lacking a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It's, for J-Tor and Nasustelia, lower point totals than perhaps they're more accustomed to. But again, once those playoffs starts, HAVU already a pretty defensively minded team. They even crank up that shutdown level. So, Domi, King of Apes, they have a lot of points, but a lot of those also coming from that previous series as well. So when you look to this series so far, the 2 defensive pairings have been relatively evenly matched here.
Absolutely. Now, before we move on to our final head-to-head, the other side of the coin in terms of the interviews that Connor was able to accrue there, it was King of Apes that he was able to get a word with. Let's throw it over to him now.
I'm joined here by King of Apes, the right defender for hREDS. Before the games yesterday, Benito felt that you could very easily, go toe-to-toe with HAVU both offensively and defensively. Indeed, Benito's prediction came true of sorts, in that the first game of the series was a fairly balanced 1-0 affair that ended in double overtime. In the second game, however, it appeared to open up a little, and you ended up winning 3-2 in regulation. What, in your eyes, went wrong in the first, but what went right in the second?
To be honest, game 1 was I don't even know how to say it. We had like 2 empty nets and we weren't able to score. And then Ippe got little space and forced the pass between our 3 players. So what can I say? I think we really didn't change anything to game 2. Just we were able to get some goals. And yeah, overall I don't think we played that good. It was a little difficult. For some reason, we haven't played that much recently, so might be something to do with that.
I think Siba earlier mentioned that it seems like HAVU's only adjustment was to quite literally just cut down on errors and mistakes. Is that something you feel, or do you still feel that you can offer something more than that?
Hopefully we can offer something more. I think our defense wasn't good enough. Some stupid mistakes. And, no, let's see. I hope we can play much better, like we used to. But I don't know what happened last night. But we see.
Okay. Well, thank you for this. It's always interesting hearing what the players in the series are thinking and letting the viewers know what to look out for when the games are playing. So good luck in your series later on, and in the meantime, we'll send it back to the studio.
All right, so a big thank you to Connor there. Again, you'll be seeing a little bit more of him later on in this particular broadcast. Sid, we are moments away from puck drop here, game number 3 of this best of 7. But before that, of course, we got to look at our final head-to-head. We have Sibelius taking on FaZe, the battle of the goaltenders. And we said as much with Hanselino in game 1, who I believe had a 93% save percentage heading into action there. Sibelius still rocking an incredibly impressive 87%. FaZe on the flip side, though, also over at that 80% mark. I mean, again, regardless of who HAVU has between the pipes, it's a marquee matchup with FaZe on the other side.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And FaZe is, giving hREDS consistent goaltending. His numbers are pretty similar to what they were in that regular season. So, that's really at times all you can really ask of your goaltender. But we know FaZe can rise to that occasion right here. But yeah, it's just HAVU are seemingly hoarding two elite goaltenders, and they seemingly, with that defensive system, are just absolutely flourishing under that. The numbers are insane here. So we'll see if hREDS are going to be able to break down their defensive structure a bit more in this matchup.
So with that, as we always do before we get ready for the start of these games, we have our 3 keys to success for both sides. Sim, will throw it over to HAVU first and foremost. What stands out for you here as we head into this matchup?
Well, the first one here is herd them like cattle. No disrespect to Jay Toro, of course, but the right side of HAVU's ice is where the hREDS rush goes to die. Nasu Stelia has been absolutely ridiculous at shutting down basically whatever comes his way. I mean, he's arguably one of the best defensive defenders in the world here, and he's done a great job of shutting down that hREDS rush on the right side of the ice. The second point here being is a bit of a trend, unleash the beast. Jay Toro is a huge part of this series as well. Such a dominant offensive force and a great puck mover, great at leading the rush when he needs to, and very sneaky at kind of being that extra guy jumping into the rush and getting that puck into the zone cleanly. The front three are so good at deflecting the puck. I think he needs to take that shot from the point a bit more, and HAVU could get some different looks and some rebound opportunities. The third and final point here is trust the defense, and this one goes out to the goaltender. hREDS love to take those short side shots. Trust the team in front of you to take away the passes. Don't cheat, or hREDS will make you pay for it.
And of course, for the hREDS side of things as well, their 3 keys, 3 things to look out for here, Sin. What do you got for us?
Well, the first one being here is a similar trend that we've kind of touched on all throughout the season. Discipline, discipline, discipline. We'll say it 3 times now for good measure. The penalties are only 3-0, but all of them have been taken by hREDS so far. You can't afford to be giving HAVU extra chances, especially, you hate to call out someone specifically, but it is Domi. He is the one who has gotten into a lot of penalty trouble this season. He took 2 out of 3 of them, here in this series. So if you're going to look to draw calls, you're going to have to be on point tonight. Watch your sticks, especially at the blue line. Second point here being is a similar story, much like with Jay Toro. Look for hREDS to kind of let King of Apes start to get a bit more leeway in getting his offensive game going. He led the league last season in scoring among defenders, but has no points in the 2 games so far in this series. Maybe time for hREDS to get him a bit more involved, get him more engaged in this series, and he could really start to take over. The third and final point here is beware the bounces. We saw excellent collapse defense from hREDS in the first 2 games, only for weird bounces to still happen and result in goals. Such is the way of NHL. You invite the pressure, it will eventually go wrong. So hREDS, we kind of touched on it in the last 2 games, they're going to have to take their game to HAVU. You cannot wait for HAVU to give you a chance to counter their game, because that's what HAVU loves to do. If you give them a chance to play their game, they will start to slowly snowball and take over. The second you think that, maybe they're not going to take over, they have you right where they want you.
So again, the action just about ready to begin here. We thank you all very much for joining us. Games 3 and 4 of both semifinal matchups here in this broadcast. This is so far the series that is guaranteed to see action tomorrow. How many games will be played? We have no idea, but of course thankful that our Finnish partners here on this particular broadcasting booth will be able to at least call one game. We'll find out, of course, Philadelphia and Färjestad coming up a little bit later on. We could potentially, dare I say it, see a sweep. Prove us wrong, FBK. So heading into this matchup here, then, excited to see how this is going to go. And word is the Thursday's broadcast might actually be an English broadcast. So hey, there you go. We'll get you the official word on that. Regardless, are we working tomorrow? We're gonna find out.
Yeah, I'll find out now. Hey, it's a surprise to everyone, quite clearly. But yeah, I mean, this matchup, man, it's living up to the hype, plain and simple. I mean, we kind of thought like, okay, this might be a low-scoring game. The players thought it might be a low-scoring series. I mean, game 1 obviously did not disappoint. I think it was a double overtime when we finally found the 1 goal that won the game. So it's you know, I don't know what to expect, but I think probably, you know, at this point we might have to, you know, deal with a 5-4 game as teams kind of open things up, maybe get a bit more comfortable. As soon as we say something's going to happen, probably the opposite will. But yeah, these two teams just so evenly matched. You could just kind of feel what's at stake for both of them. HAVU obviously not used to being eliminated this early, especially not a second season in a row. So a lot on the line for them. Pride at stake in hREDS. They are hungry. They want to get back to that championship and give themselves another chance.
Again, just a few moments away here from a puck drop in this first game. Friendly reminder for those of you who might just be joining us as well, for the Finns in chat, we do have a special giveaway here today, courtesy of our friends at Viaplay. Exclamation point, I believe it's exclamation points, hashtag in the chat. We'll get the graphic on screen for you. We're finding out stuff that we didn't know. We're making the best of it. There it is. Hashtag Viaplay ECL for your chance to win a 1-month free trial in chat for our friends at Viaplay. Of course, the exclusive home of the NHL in terms of streaming and so much more. So for our Finns in chat, make sure to take advantage of that. Sin, you see the teams on the ice. We are just about ready to go. Can't wait to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, this is going to be incredibly interesting. Again, I want to see what hREDS are going to do off of the bat. In the first game there, I really feel like they, like we kind of mentioned, they sat back a bit too much. They were trying to wait for HAVU to make a mistake. That's not going to happen. You're going to have to sort of, you know, put your own influence on it, put your own touch onto this game, and you know, sign it with an exclamation point, because HAVU is not the team at this point to make a whole lot of mistakes, especially with how their season ended in the last one here. They are hungry to get back to the promised land.
There we go. The action underway again. Game number 3 of this best of 7 series at all times. Of course, top right-hand side of your screen. Show exactly what's going on. As we see an early one-timer there and a good block by Jay Toro. Didn't see too many of those attempts in the first 2 games of this series, so a decent little option there, all things considered. HAVU now in on the attack. Chance there. Deflection bit of their own. Laponzo in front. Dominointi had it for a second as well. Just couldn't hold on to it, so chances down both sides of the ice off of the one-time options from the point. It's hREDS trying to break into the attacking zone. HAVU giving them absolutely no space. Having to slow things up down the other way as well. Send that neutral zone battle. We knew it was coming.
Yeah, starting early and often. hREDS tried to counterattack with numbers. They had a 3-on-2, but they went to that right side of the ice, and Nasu Stella just shut it down with a quick little defensive skill stick.
In the attacking zone, Jay Toro pinching, and that was an odd angle attempt. One flyer Kungan there as well, and so that's kind of what we were hoping for. Let's see some different looks, some different attempts.
Yeah, you just kind of took a whack at that as that head to the side of the net, maybe hoping to catch that short side with a little bit of space on it. Excellent keep there, though, by Ponso.
Puck down low again. Flyer Kungan was going to look for the wraparound. Couldn't hold on to it. FaZe is able to cover it and force the draw.
Yeah, and so far, HAVU getting off to the start that they would want, and hREDS kind of back on the ropes a little bit. And this is something we talked about. You don't want to allow HAVU to take too much control early, but they win another faceoff.
What a move by Palazzo when they score, but it's being waved off. Sin, what an attempt off the draw. Look at this. Flyer Kungan was there as well. They're going to wave that off for goalie interference, but an interesting heads-up play there. I like the creativity.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good set play to run right there. And Puanzo taking it upon himself to get towards the net with the excellent kind of between the legs dangle. Both he and Flyer Kungan crash in the net, but unfortunately just a bit too much contact on FaZe, deemed that he was not allowed to make that save in that scenario. So I got to say, hREDS dodged a bit of the bullet right there. They were really kind of getting hemmed in. They kind of got eaten up on that face-off play and walked by Puanzo here. So early on, HAVU with the pretty distinct advantage, and the pressure right now is on hREDS to look for a response, because, I mean, again, kind of an errant pass as they look for a break in here, and HAVU's right back in their zone.
Contact there in the corner, looking to see what's going to happen. The pass in front. A lot of quick looks from HAVU, where through the first 2 games, and they were a lot more methodical and looking for those lanes not looking to give hREDS really any time to adjust. These quick looks, what a play by Pawanso there, and he draws the trip.
Guess who?
Guess who? We hate to point him out in such a negative light, but that is the third penalty for Domi in this series. hREDS, only 4 penalties in total. Just gets in trouble with the stick again, and we'll see HAVU go to the power play.
Yeah, and it's an unfortunate play for him because it's not necessarily, you know, his fault that he finds himself in that situation, but, you know, kind of has to try to make a play on the puck. Fortunately, hREDS win that faceoff, but it was a drop pass to the point right there that, I mean, it's not a bad look to look for that time and space. The problem was King of Apes was a bit too far behind the play, but that's kind of what'll happen. HAVU will force you into those situations where you feel like you have to act quickly, and then they'll capitalize on the, you know, the tiniest little bit of mistake space that they make.
On the back there, let's see what HAVU can do. Power play already half gone. Good poke check there and sent out. Excellent work by Nicky Dangs.
Yeah, really good job so far by hREDS on this penalty kill, and you know, that's what they need. Maybe a bit of momentum to build off of a successful kill here is what they need, because this so far in this first period, they have not looked like the better team.
Poke check there to knock it loose. Pass off the mark. All the way around. We're back to 5-on-5. HAVU still in the attacking zone. Natsistelia down low. Flyer Kungan just had that intercepted as Pawanso banks a follow-up chance off the back of the net. Again, HAVU trying, you can see, to have that much more fast-paced approach to the offensive game. That pass again broken up. HAVU's gotten the better of the play so far here in this first period. Without the goal to show for it, time on attack doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. Jay Toro has it now. 2 minutes to play here again in the opening frame. Game number 3, of course, game 4, directly upon the conclusion of this series. And of course, games 3 and 4 to be played in our other semi-final matchup. Our defending champs, Philadelphia, look to punch their ticket back to the championship round. Here come hREDS into the attacking zone. Benito holding that one. Takes a huge hit there, and King of Apes got tripped up on him as well. A little bit of space there for Pawanso down the left-hand side. Jay Toro, slap shot, good block. Loose puck still there. The backhand, unable to be thrown onto the traffic, so that will bring us to the end of the first period. Sin, again, a good start for HAVU, but without the goal to show for it, not quite what you're looking for.
Yeah, it is a really good start, and I'm actually very surprised to see that they only have the 2 registered shots. It felt like they're at times really starting to try to pepper FaZe, which is what they need to do. I like what they were doing, looking for different looks and things like that. They were trying to shoot a lot more than they did in the first period of the, I would say, yeah, the first 2 games, really. And hREDS just really could not find a response. I don't know if they gained the zone cleanly once, and if they ever did, you know, it was some kind of a turnover quickly thereafter. You see that only 38 seconds registered time on attack right there. We're actually seeing a pause coming out. I'm kind of curious why. Yeah, it looks like we may be getting a reset here, as there might be a connectivity issues. So we're going to hopefully get that cleared up for you guys as soon as possible. We're not too sure what the issue is. We will get you word on that, but I mean, that kind of maybe works to hREDS' benefit. They need a reset just in their mental state after a period that they just suffered right there. And, you know, they want to kind of respond in a better way, as, you know, we heard King of Apes talking about. Maybe they weren't too happy about how they played in that first game, and they can't be too happy about how that first period went. HAVU completely dictated the pace from start to finish, and that's something that we mentioned that hREDS can't allow them to do.
Absolutely. Again, if there was ever a time for that, very, very convenient for hREDS after what was a very difficult first period there. Gives them that bit of extra time to talk things through and to maybe slow down HAVU a little bit. So we'll see what type of effect that happens to have here as we get restarted for, again, game number 3, first period in the books at the very least. Sim, we'll take this time to take a quick step out, get everybody a quick word from our sponsors, and hopefully we'll be ready to go at least a little bit after we're back with you. So stick with us.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
Wilhelm vie nakkikioskille kotikatsomossa.
Marko tekee maalin!
All right, everybody, we are back and good to go. Thank you very much for sticking with us through that reset. Again, fingers crossed, no other connectivity issues for any of the players in game. Sin, second period underway. We pick things up where we left off. A scoreless first that saw HAVU get the majority of the possession, but they were unable to do anything with it.
Yeah, unfortunately, no goals scored from it. Only the 2 registered shots. They looked good, and they're going to want to continue that. But yeah, you said it. I mean, it doesn't mean a whole lot unless you can get that goal. We saw it at times in the second game with hREDS there. If a lot of possession time, but they couldn't quite capitalize enough. Same thing at the end of the first game. They were getting a ton of possession time in the overtimes, and they didn't capitalize on it. HAVU came away with that 1-0 victory. So see what happens here, but they gained the zone.
For hREDS, and there was that short side shot. Sin pointed it out. Good on Sibelius there to trust the defense. No pass to the other side. He makes a big stop. Benito has it here now. Bumped off the puck by Pawanza. He's been off to a great start in today's action so far. Let's see what HAVU can do now, going back down the other way. Quick lateral movement, great poke check there, and a risky one. Follow-up from Villapoica, but it works. Here's Nicky Dangles, back to him, and again, the short side bid falls short, but kept in the attacking zone. Domi the one-timer kick save, rebound, still loose, and Sibelius making some big stops there. Excellent positioning, great poise, not scrambling out of the way. It was a pretty frantic situation with the puck in front.
Yeah, it absolutely was. Benito even got a whack at it, fanned on the shot. Unfortunately, it was a bit of a bouncing puck there in front of the crease, but hREDS definitely coming on a bit stronger here in this second period, something that they absolutely needed to do after the first they saw. So, again, that kind of reset seemingly benefiting them.
hREDS looking to get things going down the other way. That bit of offense they had in the attacking zone was the best bit they'd had in the game so far, and another chance there with traffic in front. Puck finds its way through, but Sibelius makes another big stop.
Yeah, it was a beautiful feed from Benito as he's crossing the net to feed it out to Nicky Dangles, but good contact from the defense right there, preventing him from getting a super clean look, and Sibelius able to make that stop.
That pass off the mark here. hREDS back in control, and this restart seems to have really benefited them in terms of how the first half of the second period has gone, with them getting the better of the play. So who knows, maybe we see a restart from HAVU to kind of reset the momentum here heading into the third period. They have the puck in the attacking zone here now, though. Alonso and Jay Doro. A bit of passing in front there as that feed in front couldn't find its way to Dominointi. hREDS back in control, and again, you see just how many lateral passes are required. That one all the way down on net. Seabay plays it out. Who will get that first goal? It took us until double overtime of game number 1 to find the opening goal. A 1-0 victory for HAVU there. hREDS taking game 2 by the score of 3-2. Jay Toro down low in the corner, battling the King of Apes, who's able to win it. Going to send hREDS down the other way. Good movement. Here's Domi. Head of steam from the defender. Drops back to Benito. Slap shot deflection and a big save there for Sibelius. You could see, looking for the glove save to his left. Hit the right pad.
Yeah, I mean, very kind of a close call for him. But again, right place, right time. That's what good positioning can do for me. We're going to see that dump and chase begin to come out now. The cross corner, hREDS recover.
The feed there in front, just off the mark. Jay Toro having to deal with that back-checking pressure. He'll slow it up. 5 men on the line for hREDS, and a great job of taking it away. Tit for tat, who can find that space? Villapoica had it for the moment, lost it. Final minute already of this second period. Jay Toro trying to rush his way through. Nearly got that pass back. 7 seconds now. Nicky Dangles the pass over. King of Apes having trouble. Benito has it. 2 seconds. Spin, shot, and too much traffic in front. A scoreless second period as well. Much better for hREDS upon the restart, but still no opening goal.
Yeah, they did. They did really look a lot better there, and it was HAVU kind of struggling to get into the zone at times. When they did, though, oftentimes it was Jay Taro kind of initiating the pass or getting the break in himself, and he's been very, very good too. Actually participating on that forecheck though when he did pinch up as well, so that looked very good for HAVU. But yeah, for the most part, hREDS seemingly getting what they want. You see that was that rebound chance when things were a bit hectic there. You saw Benito there coming in with the shot, and unfortunately failing to capitalize on it. But hREDS, I like what they're doing, putting pucks on 6 registered shots in that period. HAVU was 0, so the shot totals will be for the first 2 periods, 6 for hREDS and 2 for HAVU, I believe. So yeah, I mean, that second period really going in favor of hREDS there. But again, without the tally to show for it, both these teams still in the same positions. Each of them have won a period, so to speak, but the scoreboard is all that matters in a scenario like this. Just 3 faceoffs taken in that period. So, I mean, it really flew by. There's so few whistles, despite it being, kind of that neutral zone trap play. Both of these teams showing good discipline at the line for the most part to negate those offside scenarios. So we'll see what happens here in this third period. Which team is going to take that slight risk here to get that opening goal?
Third period under.
Wilhelm vie nakkikioskille kotikatsomossa.
All right, everybody. And finally, mercifully, I believe we are back. Thank you very much for sticking with us here through what has been probably the most tumultuous broadcast we've had probably ever here, Sin. If I'm being honest with it, but we are back for the moment again. Thank you very much for sticking with us. I feel as though I need to do the whole beginning of a broadcast presentation because it feels like a whole new broadcast. But Game 4 is coming up in just a matter of moments. Here you see the players on the ice. Game 4 again, hREDS picking up that victory in Game 3. We barely got to talk about it because we barely got to see it, but it was a shutout victory for FaZe and a big win for hREDS. Sim, when through the first period it was looking very rough, so they did well to rebound and walk away with a win.
Yeah, I mean, good job to respond there, getting that late goal in the third period, and that was able to carry them to the victory. They now have the 2-1 series lead here, so now HAVU going to have to be the team to battle back here, get a big win.
Again, a friendly reminder for those of you in chat, hashtag Viaplay ECL for our Finnish contingent, an opportunity to win a free month with Viaplay. Official home for the NHL in terms of streaming services and so much more. Hashtag Viaplay ECL. And of course, a big thank you to our other sponsors in Wilhelm and Kovalan Alakrtsi as we see an early save there. This will go all the way down for icing. So, Sin, as we try to get back into the groove here after a very topsy-turvy start to this series, a big moment here for HAVU. They really are in need of a win after dropping 2 straight in the series.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, they started off good, but after that kind of reset here, they were hREDS were really beginning to take over. And right now, so far, hREDS with the early zone pressure in the first.
A chance there. Puck off the skate, deflected wide. HAVU still in on the back foot here. Again, games 3 and 4 coming up a little bit later on. Philadelphia and Färjestad, a 2-0 lead for Phila in that series. See if they're able to punch their ticket to the final, or if indeed we'll be seeing them on tomorrow's broadcast as well. More details to come on that. Here we go now. Space for HAVU. Poked away from Pawanso. J. Toro gets it back to him. Dominoiti on the doorstep again. Just couldn't get all of that shot opportunity. Filipoika, good recovery. Benito couldn't get it back in front. Great job by Nasistelia.
And so far, that kind of neutral zone battle beginning to pick up here towards the midpoint in that first period, which will seemingly serve to benefit HAVU here as they can kind of slow it down, start implementing their own system here, kill some of the momentum, start generating some of their own if they can get that puck into the zone and down low.
hREDS, though, able to recover. Good job on the breakout. Filipoika just couldn't get that stick lift. Good job by Nasistelia to hold on to that one. He gets the puck back here. Go up the middle, who ran into traffic, nowhere to go. Unsurprisingly, with these two teams knowing each other oh so well, you do get a lot of the battle between the blue lines there. Again, hREDS back in control. See what they can do. We said the first goal would be important in game number 3. It served to be the game winner. See, a second time in 3 games. I mean, all 3 games have been decided by 1 goal, but we have seen now 2 1-0 scorelines. There's a one-timer there, blocked down by Dominoiti. He has trouble with it. Nicky Dangles had a good shooting lane, elected to pass it backwards.
I'm actually a little curious as to why he did that. That was an excellent shooting lane. He opted to pass what looked like back to the point there, and there had been probably a lot more traffic by that point, but how good HAVU's collapse was. So a little bit of odd hesitancy that we don't normally see coming out from him.
Toro at the point has trouble. Filipoika has it. Nicky Dangles with him. Good movement. Back to Nicky again. Backhand denied. May have clipped the side of the net. A tough play there. A lucky break for HAVU. We have 2 minutes to go here in the opening frame of game number 4. Gonna generate a bit of speed and poked away. Well done by Benito, looking to lead it down the other way. And he's tripped up by Dominointi. And Sin, correct me if I'm wrong, from what we've seen, that is the first hREDS power play of this series.
Yeah, at least the first real one here, as we saw HAVU taking a penalty late with a couple seconds left in that last game here. But yeah, this will be the first opportunity of hREDS power play to sort of show us what they can do. And with a minute left in the first, this could be huge.
Not that fast clock be a little bit of a factor. Pass in front, great chance for Benito. Better stop by Sibelius.
Yeah, really nice puck movement right there from hREDS. A lot of quick passes and in tight, as you saw everyone kind of collapse around there. All 5 men getting closer and closer to that goal, making the passes just a bit short of there. Nice face-off win and good quick passes of their own for HAVU, and they're able to get that clear. So one more rush here for hREDS.
Over the blue line, poked away. J Toro can't send it all the way down, but disrupts it enough. That one thrown on. And well wide. So the end of the first period, surprise, surprise, still a scoreless affair.
Yeah, and that's just pretty insane. I believe in this series so far, hREDS has scored 4 goals total. HAVU has scored 3 goals total, and that's through 3 games. So defensive battle indeed. We've had 2 1-0 decisions so far in this one, and you know, this game 4 already kind of shaping up, looking like more of that defensive struggle. hREDS, though, seemingly, you know, maybe having the advantage after that period. Again, they don't have a goal to show for it, so we can't really say anything about, you know, that advantage too far. We've seen, you know, some crazy things happen, but again, you know, 4 shots, the time on attack advantage. But after the first period of the third game, it was kind of similar to HAVU. They didn't have as many registered shots, but they seemingly had the advantage there in the first period. So hREDS is going to have to, you know, definitely try to keep their foot on the gas pedal. Again, they cannot allow HAVU to start getting established and, you know, being able to implement their game plan, because that's where we saw hREDS getting into trouble. And might have having mic issues here.
Indeed, we are good to go. My apologies for that. Second period coming up here. And we shall see just who's able to find that breakthrough. Big apologies for worrying you about potential further mic issues. We don't need any more issues on this particular broadcast. But here we go now. 30 seconds for hREDS on the man advantage to start this period. That one blocked down in front again. Loose puck still fought on for and sent across. Nobody home. Little quicker through a backhand on. The puck's cleared out, and we are back 5-on-5. So hREDS not able to make the most of that particular man advantage. Big hit there at the blue line. hREDS still in control. Flyer Kungen, though, able to recover. For both of these teams, we know they're capable of putting up points in bunches, but 2 teams of this caliber have been a stalemate for the most part. Or a matter of who's able to find that breakthrough seemingly out of nowhere. Is now Sestelia to J Toro. Slap shot, big glove stop by FaZe. Still held in the attacking zone here. Down low, Palanza. Goes around for J Toro once more. Back down low. Good movement here from HAVU. One-timer deflection and a huge stop by FaZe.
Absolutely massive save right here, as we're seeing HAVU come out of the gates pretty strong here in the second period, trying to tilt the ice back in their favor, see if they can get that opening goal, which in this series, you never know, could end up being the decision maker.
A bouncing puck there. hREDS able to settle it down and end up in possession. Puck sent down low one more time here. Nearly got it back to the short side. Great look. But oh, so close, oh, so far. It's HAVU. See what they can do in response. Both teams generating chances in the attacking zone in the second period. An errant pass from J Toro. Hands possession back to hREDS. Interesting pass there. Like the creativity, but again, still completely stifled at the blue line. An unfortunate incident for now Sestelia there, as it will go down for icing.
Yeah, looking to maybe get that bump if the stick play didn't work out, but he's been so good with that defensive stick. It does work out. Ends up icing it, so Benito here, if he wins this face-off, could get a relatively free zone entry.
The pass in front again, broken up at the last moment. Dominoiti has it now. Down the wall, another pass off the mark. Palazzo gives chase. hREDS again come up with it. Filipoika. Back for Domi in front. Benito again tried to go short side. Loose puck nearly swept in by Nicky Dangles, but Seabay was there.
Yeah, there's just not a whole lot of time and space for either of these two teams, and hREDS trying to make the most of it when they get that puck down low. You can see him, again, trying those short sides, putting really everything on the net in tight.
Pass there through the slot. Nobody on the receiving end, but hREDS still in possession. Good shot there from Nicky Dangles. Forcing another stop. Costacelia. Not able to hold on to it. Nicky Dangles gives chase. Great job to poke it ahead. Still fighting for it. Domi holds it. Slap shot deflects and a blocker stop by Sibelius. Great positioning. Fake slap shot there from Abes. One-timer from Domi again. Too much traffic. Loose puck bouncing around, and HAVU able to settle it down, but kept in the zone again by hREDS. Nicky Dangles backhand on. Puck still there. Filipoika took a swipe at it. D to D, one-timer, another big stop. hREDS starting to let it go. Immense pressure, another shot just wide of the post. King of Apes looking. Nicky Dangles running into trouble. Intercepted by Filipoika to keep the attack alive. Down in the corner. Here's Benito around the back. Toe drag. What a pass. What a stop. Absolutely disgusting play. And a penalty is taken late, though. And HAVU will go to the power play. A mistake by Nicky Dangles.
Huge mistake right there. Perhaps a bit of a frustration look as he wasn't quite ready for the pass. Had he been, that could have easily been a goal, but now they're going to have to kill off the penalty here.
A big chance for HAVU here after getting hemmed into their own zone in a way that we have yet to see in this series. Can they find these shooting lanes is the question. We know HAVU prefer high quality, but at this point, you got to try something different. I mean, you think of it this way. You can try throwing more shots on, or you can keep trading these high-quality chances only and have it result in another one-goal game, which is a coin toss at that point. And so far, well, HAVU's lost 2 out of 3 coin tosses.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, maybe I think we saw him doing that a bit more in game 3 here towards the beginning, where they're, you know, taking a few more, trying to get a few more different looks. But here on the power play with the man advantage,
Nicky Dangles fresh out of the box. Filipoika nearly picked the corner, and Sibelius still keeps it out. Final minute of this second period. Sibelius saving the day for HAVU right now. 6 seconds to play. King of Apes over the line. Still has it. Slap shot, another stop by Sibelius. And a huge hit at the whistle. Somehow, some way, still a goalless game.
yeah, and HAVU got to be kind of thanking their lucky stars, and lucky star for them is going to be Sibelius. Huge stops coming out from him. Almost caught a bit over sliding on one of the previous possessions for hREDS. But again, keeping the puck out of the net. But yeah, more to the point of HAVU, you know, when they got on that power play, you know, they're definitely started trying to, you know, perhaps look for those more quality opportunities. But yeah, again, maybe even on the power play, they want to try pouring the puck on net, because even if the saves are made, if the puck goes into the corner, as a power play team, you have the advantage in that scenario. You have the extra man. You can commit an extra person to any sort of puck battle down low, especially, and you know, or even on those half boards. But in this one, hREDS, you can see their mentality. Their mentality is, okay, let's put pucks on net. Let's get pressure. Let's look for rebounds. It's working. HAVU's really going to have to try that out here in the third period, because that power play didn't look so hot. I don't even know if they registered a shot on it, maybe one, but didn't really look too dangerous. And I think they're going to have to try to pull hREDS out of their comfort zone, which is, you know, hREDS is pretty happy at this point to sort of collapse and try to force HAVU to play into them. That being said, again, it's feeling like a bit of a coin toss game. Again, 0-0 still going into the third period.
15 shots to 2. Again, hREDS not able to make the most of it, though, and that is the important stat above all. Still 0-0 on the board here. But something has to give. Nicky Dangles as his wraparound attempt blocked by Jay Tora. And at times, it is not the most statistically pleasing of styles for HAVU. But the important thing is they have that goaltending duo that can keep the puck out, and Seabay stepped up today. We have an offside call here, but we'll see. That's all we can say, is we will see how this plays out.
Yeah, the methodical machine of HAVU, you know, trying to use what's worked for them for so long to, you know, kind of get the edge in this series. They are down right now, but again, anything can happen. They're playing pretty good defensively. They have allowed, you know, some of those chances. HREDS too good. One time.
Quick out, Flyer. Kungen draws the trip.
Penalty shot.
And it's a penalty shot, controversially so. On the quick out, Flyer Kungen wins the foot race. We have a penalty shot here for the captain. And what an opportunity here with HAVU getting hemmed in that second period. Here we go. 1-on-1. Flyer Kungen v. FaZe. And FaZe makes the stop. He sticks with him.
Excellent job by FaZe. Not fooled at all by the showing of the backhand. You know, oftentimes, you know, people will go to that forehand, kind of banking on FaZe to overcommit. He did no such thing. Stuck with him. Enormous stop from FaZe right there. That's what we call rising to the occasion in a key scenario. The game remains tied. HREDS dodge a bullet. They can perhaps get back to their hemming in of HAVU and look for their chance to get the go-ahead goal.
Big save in his second elite season. And his first with HREDS after signing from Vesapampa. It's the reason why they got him. Last year's Rookie of the Year. Keeps it tied. Shot deflects wide off the defender. Back to the point. Jay Toro and a big stop by FaZe once more. What we asked to see heading into the series, Sin, or heading into games 3 and 4 specifically. Let's see more of that offense from Jay Toro. He seemed to be that much more willing to let those shots fly last year. Of course, on a different team at the time. Different strategies, of course. He intercepts it there. Has trouble, though, with the traffic. Big step up here. Center and defender working well together, but Benito who turns that one over. Dominointi now for HAVU. Gets it back from Nastastelia. Flyer Kungen down low. Finds Jay Toro. Polwanza. Looking to step in, and again, Dominointi just not able to get a stick to it. Jay Toro. Again, that low cycle looked like Flyer Kungen was going to go for the wraparound. Very well scouted by HREDS with 8 minutes to play now here in the third period of game number 4. Again, a 2-1 series lead for HREDS after winning consecutive games here. Every single game in this series, a 1-goal differential. 2 1-0 score lines, and it looks like we're about to have our third. Well, we still have a long way to go as Palanza trying to hold on to this one, still fighting all the way around. Great job there by Benito to win it back. Pass off the mark, but they'll reset now with Domi. 5 minutes and an interception there. Errant pass from Domi. Trouble, though, gaining the line again for HAVU. Good interception on the back check, but can they find space to break in as both teams turtling up a bit? Pass will go all the way back, and HAVU will reset. Look to gain the line again. Puck loose, recovered. Villapoica for Benito. Has space in the middle. Nicky Dangles with him. Banks it off the leg, still fighting for it, and Sibelius is down and makes the cover.
Yeah, you can just see how quickly space disappears for both of these teams right there. You think they've got some time and space, and it's just excellent back checking from HAVU there, especially to sort of take all of it away. And the only shot they got on was kind of a weird shot from Nicky Dangles at the side of the net. They go for this one-timer at the point. Hits a body in front, though.
1.5 to play here in regulation. We said it would be a 1-0 final if it kept going at this rate, and indeed, it looks like it's going to happen again. Next goal wins at this rate. HREDS struggling to get it out of their zone. Interesting hit there, but the player bounced right back to his feet. Here's Nicky Dangles. Gets it back. Looking. One-timer and a glove save by Sibelius. He looks unshakable in this one.
Yeah, could not fooled whatsoever, even anticipating that that one-time opportunity. And, that's, again, we talked about it. Got to trust your defense, and Sibelius has done just that and really able to sort of anticipate whatever HREDS is going to throw at him.
Off the draw, loose puck. Recovered by HAVU for the moment. Benito in there, as is Nicky Dangles. hREDS have it. Domi for Villapoika. 30 seconds to play. Nicky Dangles looking. King of Apes. D to D. Gets a back shot. Rebound, and he's denied. Benito on the doorstep. Still couldn't find a way to put one past Sibelius. HAVU trying to gain the zone. They do. Dominoiti for Pawanso. Cutting back. Flyer Coogan in front. Loose puck, and it's covered by FaZe.
What a pinch right there from Jay Toro, looking for the dagger late. Great pass from behind the net. Just kind of gets stopped between FaZe's legs. He's able to squeeze them together and get the whistle.
5 seconds. Pawanso to Jay Toro. Shot blocked. Nasustelia can't recover it. And for the second time in 4 games, we go to overtime.
With a 0-0 scoreline, no less. It's incredible that we're going to have 3 out of the 4 games ending with a 1-0 decision. But, I mean, hREDS, they're able to sort of play HAVU's game and succeed at it thus far. It's kind of surprising to me. I really thought they may find more success if, they tried to play kind of, force their own issues, so to speak, onto this series, implement their own game plan a bit more. But that is tough to do against HAVU, and they have confidence playing in this defensive style matchup, and they are finding some success. But really, I would say that they did try in this one especially to sort of get their own game going a lot more, but they faced a brick wall known as Sibelius. 19 shots against. All of them stayed out of the net. There were some ones where I'm not even too sure how he saved them. That second chance from Benito that he got a pad on was absolutely filthy. That could have been the dagger. That was an excellent job from hREDS to get the shot on, have the body position in front of the net to get the secondary opportunity. But Sibelius keeping the puck out, keeping HAVU alive, and they have overtime to try to get the game winner here.
We see a tied series heading into the action tomorrow. Or will hREDS be able to threaten elimination from here on out? It's HAVU in the attacking zone. One-timer blocked down. A trip is called, and hREDS go to the power play under 2 minutes into the overtime.
You know what? Probably a good time to take that trip. Jay Toro was getting beat right there with the shot block. He got around him. Honestly, the best time to take that trick. Nicky Dangles could have been gone if he got into that offensive zone. If he tripped him there, could have been a penalty. But huge power play for hREDS right here. But HAVU get the initial win, get the initial clear, and that's the first big step out of the way for him.
Let's see how this power play goes to work. It's been rare. I think that's HAVU's second penalty of the series. Both coming in today's action. Chance here for Benito. Nicky Dangles in front. Loose puck was there and swept out by Flyer Coogan, but it's over the glass.
Oh, no. Bit of a panic play right there from the captain as you're just trying to get that one out. Unfortunately, he clicks the dump button instead of just a shot button, and this is a huge moment for hREDS. A 5-on-3 in overtime. HAVU Gaming, Sibelius has got to be your best penalty killer.
Fails to score on a penalty shot earlier and takes what could be a decisive penalty. Dominoiti can't clear it all the way out. 35 to go on the 5-on-3. Nicky Dangles knocked loose by Dominoiti, and he'll send it all the way down. Fantastic effort from the centerman.
Absolutely. Nicky Dangles just not having the time and space he's accustomed to here, but he gains his own again.
Here we go. Villapoika in front off the pad of Sibelius. Benito didn't get all of it.
Back to 5-on-4. What? Yeah, he didn't get all of it, but Sibelius there to make the stop once again. He has just been lights out.
Off the draw, Dominoiti wins, and it's sent all the way down. Friendly reminder, hREDS in the regular season, the 4th best power play, going up against what was the 4th best penalty kill. We said these two teams, irresistible force, a movable object, and indeed, we are back to 5-on-5. hREDS let them get away with one.
Yeah, huge opportunity gone by the wayside, and they didn't look too clean on that break-in attempt either. They just had a lot of miscommunications, it seemed. Villapoika jumping the line, and then Nicky Dangles hesitating, passing when he should have probably just taken the ice in front of him. So, you know, tough situation for HREDS. Maybe a bit of frustration that they haven't scored yet, but this is exactly where HAVU can hurt you. They frustrate you, bend, don't break, and then they can get a goal, and they're coming back on the attack now.
In the neutral zone here, trying to gain the line, and they can. It's called offside with 12 minutes to play. In overtime number 1, we have seen a marathon overtimes. And this could be another one. It's HAVU in control. Going to draw them back, generate a bit of speed, and find an opening. Nowhere for Dominoity to go. Villapoika. What a play there by Domi to keep it alive. Gets it back. Benito. Nicky Dangles, one-timer and a big blocker stop by Sibelius. What a hip check there by the captain, Flyer Kungan. At least get it out of the zone. Can't get it into the attacking zone, though. Villapoika. To be King of Apes holding it in for Benito. Looking. Nicky Dangles down low. Back to the point. Domi. Pinching in, looking to cut back. Villapoika again nearly lost it. Loose puck in front. Benito couldn't get a piece of it. Still has it though. King of Apes faking the shot. Domi looking. Goes back over D to D. hREDS looking for a shooting lane here. Looking for a mistake. Domi circles back. Nicky Dangles again. Being held to the perimeter here. No space. Good board play there. Still the tie up down low. Nicky Dangles tried to find Benito. And sin still, these two teams continue to play the style of flip a coin. High gauge your chances, force it through, and hope for the best. It's a complete coin toss as to who's going to win this one if that's the style.
Yeah, definitely. They tried to force one through here. Polanco with the bit of a head of steam. Couldn't quite cut towards the middle of the net. hREDS back on the counter.
Domi has it here. Looking. A pass off the leg. Still alive. And Sibelius finds it.
Yep, and this one seemingly going to come down to a bounce or one of those force passes that just happens to get through here. And it seems both teams perhaps comfortable in this situation, or if not, well, that's the situation that they have sort of been forced into. So we'll see which of these two teams is able to get that one decisive look.
As HAVU are able to gain the zone. Only for the moment, Dominoity forced to set back and recover. 2 minutes of real time here at the end of this OT. Jay Toro's pass is intercepted. He's still down. Can hREDS take advantage? Space for Benito. Villapoika, and the puck goes up, and another call here. hREDS, a delayed penalty deflection and a stop by Sibelius. hREDS back to the power play here late in OT1.
And if HAVU are able to find a way to get a victory here, it's all thanks to Sibelius. He has been just incredible there, positioning on point, stopping deflections, stopping rebounds, stopping one-timers, and goodness gracious, he's going to have to help kill off another penalty here.
Villapoika has it back to Domi at the point. Pass, what a stop by Sibelius, but for Nicky Dangles as well, couldn't quite hit the corner.
No, that one and kind of going into the crest of Sibelius there. Definitely not the aim that he was looking for, but a solid chance. We'll see if Benito can win another draw.
He does indeed. Domi, Nicky Dangles, loose puck, unable to be cleared. And a failed pass from Nicky Dangles. Gives HAVU some time to breathe. They have 1 minute and 12 to go of real time to kill. Domi circles. Nicky Dangles, great interception and clearance from Jay Toro.
What a read by Jay Toro. Almost seemingly was giving up the lane, but came back just in time to get the interception. Nice little bait out of him. A gutsy kind of defensive play. And Nicky Dangles just absolutely snake-bitten and kind of getting the worst of some struggles here. Not so much that he's playing poorly. It's just, you know, something's just not quite going his way.
Benito has it here. To the point with Apes and back once more down low. Domi blocked down by Flyer Kungan. Nasistelia, he's going to carry this one down ice. And all the way around for Jay Toro. Shot on and a forced stop there for FaZe. Interesting look. 32 to go. And another offside call against hREDS with the man advantage.
Yeah, and that one's a bit unfortunate. That seemingly was kind of unforced there, but the fortunate thing for them is they do have the real time here on this power play, so it's giving them a lot of chances.
That one blocked, but offside as well. Now 28 seconds to go.
Another neutral zone draw here. We'll see what hREDS want to do. You got to think HAVU will be playing towards the tie-up. No, they go for the straight win, so perhaps hREDS had the stick lift in mind there.
This one all the way down. 20 seconds to go here. They do gain the zone. Held in. Villapoika for Domi. Villapoika on the doorstep. Sibelius stands tall. 7 seconds to go.
I don't think I've seen him get caught out of position once. He has been flawless in this matchup. Still a chance on this face-off, though. 7 seconds left.
They do win the draw. Domi, shot, stopped. Puck down in the corner. We are going to overtime number 2 here in Game 4.
Gonna be some carryover power play time for hREDS, but look at that stat line. 26 shots on net now to HAVU just having 5. Even when at times hREDS looking like they're waiting for the quality opportunities, they still have 26 registered shots. They are just throwing everything they can right now at Sibelius, but nothing is seeming to work right now, and it's just such a dangerous situation that hREDS find themselves in. Precarious to say the least. There is just all it takes, again, is one bounce, one chance for HAVU, and they can feel like this game completely got away from them. hREDS, they got a chance here, a little bit of carryover time. They need to win this faceoff good, a quick zone entry to at least be able to establish an attack.
We'll be back to 5-on-5 here. Puck in the zone, knocked loose one more time. It continues. It goes on and on. An important game for HAVU, to say the least. Not only to not fall 3-1 down in the series, but to not waste this Herculean effort from Sibelius. As the contingent for Philadelphia and Färjestad wait and wait and wait, just like the rest of us here, for this winner, hREDS. Again, stifled at the blue line, knocked loose by Jay Toro. Good double team pressure. Flyer Kunga knocks it towards goal, and FaZe will be able to cover.
And that's what hREDS are going to have to be careful with is those quick kind of defensive plays. Jay Toro, putting some pressure on, forcing hREDS to sort of scramble back, and that's when Flyer Kunkin can bite you. Just that surreptitious forecheck he has.
Breaking out the dictionary here as this one goes on. Benito sends it down low. Villapoika for Nicky. Dangles. Looked like he was going to be able to cut back and test the short side. And former champions in HAVU, hREDS, finalists last year after beating HAVU. These two teams know each other so well. As again, hREDS shut them down at the blue line. Waiting to see. Again, it'll be a 1-0 score line for the third time in 4 games. Game 1 ended in double overtime. 1-0 final in that one. It was HAVU getting the win. Have not won since. Dominointi has it back to the point for Jay Toro. Now Sustelia looking. Good movement. Pass. Shot deflected wide. Now Sustelia tried to go back to where it came from. One-timer block. Deflection stopped by FaZe. Pawanso couldn't find a way to beat him.
Wow, what a stop by FaZe right there, as he hasn't faced the amount of shots as Sibelius has, but that no bigger save that he's made than that one right there, as looked like Jay Toro was trying to bat that puck back into the zone, but as it crossed the line, he sends it back, but does give HAVU the chance to reset and find a break-in.
And they do find space. Dominoity in, and FaZe is able to find that puck. Not sure if that was knocked loose at the last moment or what, but still another huge chance. Not taken advantage of. Another big offensive zone draw. The clock's at OT4 for a second. Maybe a little bit of foreshadowing.
Absolutely. It may not be Marathon Monday, but it is HAVU versus hREDS, so might as well be Marathon Monday whenever these two teams play.
When will it end Wednesdays? There's a battle for it here. King of Apes to Domi. Held on the backhand here, looking. Filipoika back to him. King of Apes. Pressured there by Palazzo. He gets it back. Nicky Dangles loses it, and the puck clears. 5 minutes to go in overtime, number 2. Be here for as long as it takes. Over the line here. Into the corner. Back around. Giving chase. Domi keeps it alive. Nicky Dangles. Loose puck. Still alive, and at least cleared out of danger by Jay Toro. Then back to the point. Domi shot blocked down. Incredible protection of the shooting lanes here. Shot on. Nearly caught Sibelius leaning. Plays it out into the corner again. Loose puck recovered. One-timer stopped by Sibelius.
What is it going to take to beat this guy? He's playing so well. And not only that, HAVU's defensive scheme is playing so well to him. He is absolutely trusting the defense to be where they need to be and making the saves necessary.
Stopped by Sibelius. Won't let you get a word in edgewise there, Sin. He's making saves left and right. This has been a very special performance from him. So we are in real time here for the final minute and a half. Over the line, Filipoika, great poke check by Jay Toro, still in trouble. Finds its way to Dominoity, and HAVU will slow it down. Pass off the mark there from Jay Toro. hREDS in control now.
And from the camera work, you can sort of see Flyer Kunging trying to test if Domi and King of Apes are going to be ready for those Omaha passes. He's trying to see if he could perhaps get behind him for a slap pass there. We saw them attempt one earlier, and speaking of the bit of a dump and play chase here.
Here we go. In the corner again, though, intercepted. 55 seconds here. Swing's going to go all the way back down. HAVU forced the reset one more time. And they find a breakthrough. Would have been offsides there. Nicky Dangles was able to intercept it. Here's Filipoika for Benito, pass across. Nicky Dangles just couldn't make a play on it. Benito keeping it alive. King of Apes can't get that shot through the traffic. Jay Toro in trouble. Now Stelia there to help, but Benito still has it. One-timer from Domi. Loose in front, recovered by HAVU. 18 seconds here. Dominoity over the line. Looking at his options. Goes back to Natsastelia. Jay Toro back to him. Good movement. Can they make a play? Just wide of the far side post for Flyer Kungan. 3 seconds. One-timer deflected. Loose puck in the slot. Triple overtime. Here we come.
Wow. Just some quick chances there for HAVU, and they almost were able to cap that off at the end of this second overtime, but we continue on here, and Sibelius' performance continuing to take the limelight right here, as he has just been incredible, and hREDS have got to be shaking their head. What is left in their bag of tricks? What can they bring out to beat Sibelius here? Because he has been absolutely phenomenal, and it's needed. I mean, HAVU is playing great defensively. They haven't been able to generate a whole lot on the offensive side of things. When they do, they are getting some good chances, so that is good, but they're a bit too few and far between right now. They got to find a way to get back in this one, as hREDS now at the 29 registered shots.
29-8. The shot attempts there. I mean, Sin, the face-off's dead even as well. 4 power plays to 1 in hRED's favor. A complete reversal of the script. Here we go. Triple overtime again. Games 3 and 4 coming up between Philadelphia and Färjestad upon the conclusion of this, and you may have seen it in the chat as well. Again, for the Finns in attendance here, hashtag Viaplay ECL for your opportunity to win a free month's worth of a Viaplay subscription there. Of course, you're home for the NHL on streaming service. Shot stopped by Sibelius one more time, and of course much more there. We thank our friends at Viaplay. Again, hashtag Viaplay ECL in chat. Also a big thanks to Wilhelm and Kovalan Alakrity for helping you bring this action to your faces today. As that one again stripped away at the last second before HAVU really put together a threatening attacking opportunity. Again, HAVU will slow things down. Looking to find the zone entry. And they mistime it with 5 minutes gone in OT3.
Yeah, Puanzo trying to get the jump right there, thinking the pass may be coming to him. They go with the center lane option instead. That puts him offside. Just goes to show you just how little space there has been out there for both of these two teams.
All right, so here we go. Space now for Puanzo. Shoveled one on, and the stop by FaZe. Battle here in the corner. Puanzo has it. Dominoiti wraparound loose. Puck is covered by FaZe.
And HAVU's starting to get some chances there. They're throwing things at the net. They love those wraps, but I saw Jay Toro creeping in right there. Maybe looking for a one-time opportunity to hopefully catch FaZe off guard, maybe trying to overprotect that short side. If you can get that one-timer and send it far side, that would be a great look for HAVU.
hREDS looking to break in here, and they can't do so. HAVU in control. And another pass to send it all the way back down. It maintains possession. And they gain the line here. We said it was a battle of the blue lines. Benito did predict low-scoring affairs. Here we are through 4 games. Domi has it now. Benito looking in front, bouncing around, and sent out of danger. Better safe than sorry. Be an attacking zone draw for hREDS.
And this is pretty massive for them. Got to win a face-off. I want to see if they have some kind of a set play, something that they haven't broken out yet to get a huge goal here, because that would give them a stranglehold.
The Lapoika denied by Sibelius. All alone in front and just couldn't get much power on the backhand. Incredible. We march on. Dominoiti for Puanzo. Wraparound doesn't go. Villapoika loses it. Flyer Kungan had a penalty shot what feels like 6 days ago. Has the puck now. Puanzo. Jay Tora. Back down to him and around the back. Loose puck again. Tried to find Dominoiti. He has it here. Snipe attempt in phase. Unfazed by that.
I like the
shot
look.
there.
I like the look right there, going for some snipes. You never know when those can go in. And just thinking about it, we haven't seen hREDS go for that too much either. So nice to see HAVU start to break out things out of their bag of tricks as well.
Flyer Kungan finds Dominoiti. Sustelia, Jay Toro, D to D. Shot, deflection bid, loose puck, still alive, and it kicks out to the half wall where hREDS recover. Turned over here though. Puanzo fighting for it. Dominoiti in the mix now. Goes to Flyer Kungan. Now Sustelia to Jay Toro. Blocked down on the 1T. Puanzo again for Jay Toro. Back down to the left winger. Tried to... It was intercepted. Even flow here. And a penalty is called. hREDS to the power play if they need it. Back to the point. Apes to Domi. Back to King of Apes. And again D to D. That one off a skate. Held in by King of Apes. Extra attackers out there. Domi in front, looking. This one's still alive. With the delayed call, we're in real time. And an offside call, I believe, there. Yeah, to touch it up. So 1:51 of real time on the power play. It's Jay Toro to the box once more. 5th time of asking, I do believe. Can hREDS finally find a breakthrough? And a quick clearance says no, and FaZe plays that one. And
yeah.
your heart sinks a little.
Yeah, half expected that one to almost go in with the way this game has gone. It's going to be one of those weird goals.
Mickey Daniels, good movement here. Villapoika, one-timer, they score! King of Apes from the point is the hero. hREDS take a 3-1 series lead here in the semifinal.
Absolutely massive, and it's got to be such a heartbreaker if you're Sibelius. You played so good. You kept that HAVU team in it for so long, and yet another power play opportunity for hREDS. They get that one-time look that they need. King of Apes comes alive at the right time, gets his, I believe, his first point in this series. Maybe he got an assist in the previous game, but none better. None better than that one there. A huge one-timer on the power play. They end this one. They take the 3-1 series lead. And look at that stat line. Poor Sibelius, that's all I can say. He was just phenomenal in that one, and hREDS had their chances, but that really was, or sorry, HAVU had their chances, but that really felt like hREDS' game to sort of lose. But at the same light, Sibelius just felt unstoppable there, but eventually one's gonna go in. It was a nice play. They finally were able to get the lane that they wanted for the shot. They capitalize on it, and hREDS take the 3-1 series lead with another 1-0 decision.
An incredible goaltending effort that still wasn't enough. How frustrating does it have to be for HAVU at this point, and for Sibelius in particular? You put forth that strong of an effort only to still fall short, and heading into the action tomorrow, it is a 3-1 lead for hREDS. HAVU will have to win 3 in a row. Otherwise, hREDS will work their way back to the championship round for the second year in a row. Sin, we could sit here and talk about that action for a long time, but we still have 2 more games to get to in this broadcast. Of course, as well, we will be drawing a winner, our first of 2 here tonight for the Viaplay monthly subscription, a free month of Viaplay as well. We'll give everybody one more chance to enter there. Again, if you haven't, for the Finns in the chat, hashtag Viaplay ECL. And with that, again, the action not stopping on this broadcast after a brief intermission. And you know, the teams are going to want us to keep it brief. We will be back. Philadelphia, looking to make their way back to the final as defending champions. They take on Färjestad. We will leave it up to see what happens in chat. We will bow out for the moment, so pay attention there for the giveaway. We'll be back after a brief intermission for our next 2 games here in this broadcast.
Wilhelm vie nakkikioskille kotikatsomossa.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
All right, everybody, and welcome back. Tuki here alongside my broadcast partner, of course, in one sin for the win. And welcome to what is going to be a somewhat rushed edition of the pregame here in the aftermath of a triple overtime thriller between HAVU and hREDS. We shift our focus to the other playoff matchup in our semi-final as well. And one of these teams, Sin, has the ability to punch their ticket to the final today as we get a look at the bracket. It is, of course, our defending champions in Philadelphia, taking both games on Monday. We know hREDS and HAVU will play at least one tomorrow. The question is, will this series continue on, or will Phila complete the sweep?
Yeah, it's it's going to be pretty tough. Färjestad, they have looked good at times, but Philadelphia is just in the playoffs mode. At least second round forward, as they seemed last couple seasons kind of struggled out of the gate into the postseason, dropping one last year, dropping two in the first round. This season two IQ, but so far here against Färjestad, they're confident. They've played this team a lot. They know their strategies, and they found a way to counter all of it so far. And Färjestad desperate for a win.
So with that, of course, we get you a look at our team stats here, as we always do between these two clubs here in the postseason so far. I mean, it kind of speaks for itself right now. FBK with that negative goal differential, certainly not going to help the set of circumstances that they face here.
Yeah, and that's really come all from this series. For the most part, Philadelphia again have just really found a way to sort of counteract them. And Philadelphia's in that playoff mode. 21 goals for, just 9 against, 30% on the power play, 89 penalty kill. They fixed their only weakness in the regular season, which was the power play. They are looking like they're firing on all cylinders here moving forward.
Of course, we'll take a look at the team lineups here for the action here tonight. For FBK, it is Afe, the captain, Mullen, and Antonio Mannin. Furion and Lemonins on defense. McSavid between the pipes. For Phila, playmaker, Captain Potzloff and Eki on the right. Teemu Loimu on defense. Kape, of course, the steady presence in the blue paint for Philadelphia. We'll move on to our first comparison piece here. It is Mullen and Potzloff, the battle of the centers. And again, Mullen's been impressive this postseason, but Potzloff has him, beaten by a little bit here in terms of the point production so far, Sid.
Yeah, absolutely. Potzloff, again, just one of those incredible players who maybe gets a bit overshadowed by the rest of the talent that's on this Philadelphia team. Yeah, you said it, Mullen. What a great response here for him. What a great season for him in general. And yeah, really stepping up here in this postseason.
Of course, the winger battle here as well for FBK, Afe and Antonio Mannin for Philadelphia, playmaker and Eki. And again, we see a huge differential here.
Yeah, the point totals are just pretty ridiculous from Playmaker and Eki there, but the big surprise here is Antonio has had a tremendous series so far. Goal per game, and Afe not getting, the goals that he normally does could be due to the fact that Philadelphia perhaps keying in on him a bit more, but that's opening up space for Antonio, who is stepping up into those situations, rising to the occasion, and getting some huge goals for his team.
The defensive battle here as well, as we take a look at Furion and Lemonins, Teemu and Loimu Sin entering play. I mean, Furion and Lemonins absolutely fantastic in the postseason. The numbers, and their effect on the series has dropped a little bit compared to what we saw in round one.
Yeah, and Teemu's taking a bit to get going, but he's starting to get that howitzer of a shot going. And 2 goals, 1 assist. Rare to see a defenseman with more goals than assists, but that's where he's sitting right now. And if Philadelphia want to close out this series tonight, they're going to, of course, need that help from their 2 defensemen back there.
Absolutely. And of course, the battle between the pipes as well. The 2 netminders, McSavid and Kape, in the series so far. Good numbers for McSavid and a little bit of an under game. So kind of bang average so far. But for Kape, of course, still rocking near an 86% save percentage through 8 games played.
Yeah, still ridiculous out of him, of course, and it helps having Philadelphia playing as good as defense as they are, sort of limiting the Färjestad opportunities that they want to get here. McSavid making the key saves when he needs to, but how long can you survive that Philadelphia attack?
And as we always do, of course, we'll throw it over to our 3 keys to success for both sides here. And of course, we'll start off with FBK and what they have to look to do to battle back into this series and avoid the sweep. Sin, what stands out?
Well, we kind of touched on it. Afe has been absent a bit. It sounds a bit harsh, but when your league's leading scorer has 0 points and just 3 shots on target in this series, it is a concern. He's going to have a big performance. He's the guy that we talk about. He'll find a way to get in position. He hasn't so far, and that's really been a bit of a letdown for his club right here. The second point here is all Mannin. On the flip side, Antonio has been unbelievable in this postseason and has scored Färjestad's only goal on Monday. He cannot slow down while Afe hopefully tries to heat up here. Third point here is let it fly. The quick exits to the wingers, point shots like we've seen all season long. You knew it was an uphill battle, but it's time to leave it all on the ice. They've got to get everything going.
And of course, for Philadelphia here now as well, Sin, again, the 3 keys for them as they look to end the series here tonight.
Yep, and the first point here, the fierce forecheck, overbearing. Really, the main word that comes to mind when we try to kind of explain the pressure applied by the front 3 in the first games. And if you're Philadelphia, you didn't really face a team that seemed to have an answer for it. Their logo is a horse. It should be a bow, as they have squeezed the life out of their opponents in this series so far. Second point is heads up. And with that first point, the obvious response from Färjestad to be the quick outlet passes to the wingers up the ice to try to negate the back check of the Philadelphia forward. So Teemu and Loimu are going to have to be shutting things down in that regard. Third and final point here is consistency on the draw. Patslov in this series has a game with a 58% face-off win percentage and one with 19%. That's a huge discrepancy. The Keys have all had a theme. Shutting down Färjestad before they can get going, and that'll start with the captain here in the middle.
Absolutely. So again, just a few moments away from puck drop in game number 3 of this series. And Sin, if I'm not mistaken, we have a quick moment here to throw it over to our broadcast partner, as always, in one Connor Martindale, who was able to get a word with Antonio Mannon heading in to this series. Let's see what the FBK winger had to say.
I'm joined here by Antonio Mannon, the right wing for Färjestad. I think it would be fair to suggest that yesterday was a bit of a disappointing day for you guys. It could be a watershed moment, but on the other hand, it just seems like you couldn't get a single matchup across the ice to go your way and garner any momentum from it. So, at risk of sounding alarmist, Philadelphia has only lost 4 games in total over this entire season, including these playoffs. How is Färjestad planning to buck the trend and flip this series on its head?
I feel like last games we had against them, where we lost both, I didn't feel like we got to play our game as we want to. We didn't. They didn't allow us to. They did very good, but I feel like we have another level to step it up and maybe challenge them more than what we did. So yes, I feel like the plan is as last time. We're just gonna go out, have fun. No pressure still on us to win 4 games in a row and so on. Like we just gonna go out and have fun. Probably.
Yeah, it seemed like well, from the very get-go, Philadelphia just wanted to pressure you guys all the time. So, I mean, it's really tough to actually deal with that because it's uncharacteristic of a lot of teams. So,
Yeah.
I guess if you just play calm, then you can kind of work through it.
I feel like we were calm, but they are so good at the pressure, and if you're not in sync and so on, like they will punish you.
Well, thanks for joining us, Antonio, and giving us your thoughts. And we wish you luck in the series later on. I'm sure
Thank you,
this
sir.
series has more twists and turns to go. In the meantime, that's it for this interview. We'll pass it on back.
So again, a big thank you to Martindale there for helping us out on this particular broadcast. Did a great job on Monday, just as good here today as well. We'll hopefully hear from him as he had an interview with Eki as well. But Sin, not going to have time to get to it because puck drop just about ready to go here in game number 3. And the question is, of course, what are we going to see from FBK with, you could argue, their season on the line here in this game? A 3-0 hole against Philadelphia. Heck of a team. Rate them highly. Good luck to anybody having to win 3 in a row against Philly. So this really is their season on the line.
Yeah, it really is. This is a must win right here, and they got to get back to what they need to do, and that's score some goals. Sounds simple. Oh, just put the puck in the net, but they only had that 1 goal in the first 2 games. So whatever wasn't working, I do definitely feel like they're maybe playing a bit too cautious, and that's kind of the aura that Philadelphia brings with them. They are such this dominant force that you're like, all right, we got to watch out for them doing this, watch out for them doing that, and you don't implement your own game plan. I think that's where Färjestad sort of fell in that one. We didn't see them looking for the stretch passes. They weren't able to get their game going. That's something that they're going to have to do here in game 3 because it really is do or die time for them.
Absolutely. So again, we'll see what happens here. Of course, in our opening series, we saw hREDS pull off the double. They have a 3-1 lead and the opportunity to make their way back to the final. Mentioned it a ton. We'll continue to mention it. Philadelphia as our defending champions. They swept hREDS in the finals last year. It appears as though we're on a collision course for a rematch, but time will ultimately tell here. FBK have a great opportunity to extend this series. A friendly reminder here as well, we already gave away one example of this, but we are running a second raffle in chat. Again, it'll be hashtag Viaplay ECL for your chance to win a free month worth of that service, again, for the Finns in chat. Again, make sure to take advantage of that. Sin, you see them in the lobby there. No changes in terms of player types as you'd expect from this particular team. Although I can tell you, it's kind of like me looking at the player pictures being like, what's the theme this time?
Yeah.
Not so much this time out.
No, not so much. Definitely down to business for these two teams. These two clubs here. But yeah, again, it's really the pressure's all on Färjestad. It's kind of maybe sort of been that way, at least in the game. They come into this series probably not expected to win, so that relieves some of that pressure. But now that you're down 2-0, you got to find something that works. You want to win this series. You want to try to, extend your season, make it towards that finals, and we'll see what they're going to be able to do. But everyone looking pretty loose there, as Potsloff with the old looking like the dude from, I can't remember his name, the dude from Star Trek with his headset there. Very impressive.
I was going to say, I don't know if you noticed the light show that Furion was putting on as well, or the hat of McSavid.
I don't even know what to say to that, man. Oh my goodness, that is brilliant. I love this man so much.
Goodness, great. Look at that. That is no fake air of professionalism. Be like, no, we have to be professional instead. Like, no, that's hilarious, and we'll call it out as such. And of course, you can see there, Kape keeping the room light as he does. Game 3 underway. FBK, of course, in the white, Philadelphia in the orange and black. As Philip looks to take that 3-0 lead. Of course, the series scoreline in the top right-hand corner of your screens. As we'll see who's able to find the breakthrough early on here. Playmaker to Potsloff, and they nearly found it within the opening 2 minutes. Still right back on the attack. Point-blank slap shot just about from Playmaker, and Phil is wasting no time getting in on the attack here as Antonio's able to take that one away, and not for long. Now here's Eki. Again, golden helmet, his team's leading scorer. See Mullen wearing it for FBK. There's the drop pass from Afe to him. Mullen again to Furion, and just not able to find the connection there.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting play. Looked like he was in solid position. Not too sure why that pass missed, but it did just, and that's unfortunate for FBK. They're going to have to capitalize on every little entry that they get. Great job pinching into the play right there, but unable to sustain possession.
Decky able to get that pass to Potsloff back again. Playmaker backhand, he scores! What a finish from Playmaker, and we have our opening goal here early in the first period, under 6 minutes in. 1-0 for Philadelphia.
That is just very unfortunate right there, as that was a very sneaky backhand just from the animation alone there. As McSavid, you can kind of see he started moving to the left thinking the pass was coming, then all of a sudden the puck's on net. So Playmaker making the most of an opportunity right there. Philadelphia on the board early, sort of worst case scenario if you're Färjestad, because now you got to play into that Philadelphia squad, and this is where their forechecking aggression can really bite you.
Absolutely. They're right back in on the attack here as well at the point. Teemu. D-to-D for Loimu. Now down to the corner to Eki. Can't fend off the pressure there from Furion, and FBK going to try to get going down the other way. How will they respond to that early goal? Pass off the mark. Laminen's able to keep it in. Pass in front to Mullen, and Potsloff is all over it. Here's Playmaker. One-on-one with Laminen's. Tried to find the pass across. Eki still has it. Shot on. Deflection bid. Second chance. Stopped by McSavid. Teemu's wrister. Almost like a change-up there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he might have even had that short side open a little bit as McSavid, a bit out of his crease, maybe not holding that post as best as he could. He did have to respect the potential cross-ice pass right there. Yeah, I mean, that's just coming close, and Färjestad got to relieve some of the pressure, get this puck out.
Laminen's here, forced to take his time on this breakout. never really know what look Phil is going to throw at you when it comes to the forechecking pressure. This pass off the mark. Race into the corner, handled extremely well by Playmaker.
Yeah, Afe was bearing down on him, looking for the forecheck, trying to get into that inside stick possession to force the turnover.
Hotzloff couldn't cut into the middle. Playmaker wins it back. Teemu looking to Eki. It's broken up. Recovered once more. Eki, Playmaker. Incredibly fast, but again, stripped of the puck. Let's see what FBK can do here now. I think they're going down the other way. Yet to have a real foothold of offensive possession, but a tripping call there. The opportunity will present itself. The regular season's top power play unit goes to work against the regular season's best PK unit.
And this is a huge opportunity, something that they have to capitalize on.
Off the draw there. They do have possession for the moment. Furion looking. Laminance fakes the shot. Dishes it back, and the pass from Furion down low. Intercepted by Playmaker. You can see they're just trying to neutralize Eki, so Playmaker takes the space, dumps that one in. We're halfway through this man advantage already. The time goes fast. Eki wins it. Quick out on net, forcing stop from McSavid. Back down the other way now for FBK. 30 seconds now in the man advantage. Puck on net, and Kape able to find it through the traffic.
Yeah, it was a pass that looked like it just went straight to him, and then it was kind of a loose puck in front. Chances to whack away at it, but Färjestad unable to get another chance.
Huge face-off here in the attacking zone for FBK. 18 seconds worth of power play time, and they do win the draw. Malin over for Afe. Couldn't pull the trigger on the shot. Malin absolutely dominated Potzloff in the face-off circle in Game 2, but no avail there as well. You have to be able to translate that to success on the board. We're back to 5-on-5. Ezeki to Potzloff. Tried to go back. Potzloff still has it. Shovels it on. Playmaker looking. Picks the corner as McSavid's caught swimming. 2-0 Philadelphia. His second of the game.
Yeah, ever since that first goal, McSavid's looked a bit unsure of himself in that crease. He's looked to slide over. There was a guy all alone backdoor. Perhaps that's what he's reacting to. Färjestad did not pick him up. That created the threat. You'll see it right here. The puck got the shot. You see Eki all alone backdoor. Even Patzloff starting to cut in right there. So there's a guy sitting backdoor. There's movement coming backdoor. Felt like he needed to cover it, and that's what kind of doomed him. Playmaker picks the corner.
So Philip back in on the attack here. Eki tried to go back to Playmaker. Worst case scenario of a first period so far for FBK. This pass off the mark. No icing, though. Philip will settle it down with Teemu here. Minute and a half to play. One more goal in either direction can certainly change the outlook. But an offside call with 1:10 to play.
Yeah, and now's the time for Färjestad to maybe try to catch someone napping on a stretch pass. Again, we haven't really seen them break it out. I'm curious as to why, if they feel like it's just not there or what's going on. But whatever they're doing right now is simply not working.
Potzloff pass off the mark. Shot into the traffic. Still fighting for it. Eki had knocked it loose. 5 seconds. Playmaker. He's on a brace already, and he misses the nets. A near natural hat trick. So close, yet so far. And a second chance at life, perhaps, for FBK. Down just 2 instead of 3.
Yeah, and that would have really kind of capped off what was a bit of a disastrous first period for Färjestad. It's again, worst case scenario. It's tough to feel like we're using the words that are a bit harsh, but there's not too many other ways to describe that. They looked a bit uncomfortable defensively. McSavid looked a bit uncomfortable in the crease. They didn't generate a whole lot offensively, not even on their power play. And they're down 2 goals after 1 period. Not a scenario you want to be in against a team like Philadelphia, but they're going to have to find something, some way to generate some sort of offensive look. Just to step by step, play by play, you're going to have to find something that works.
The big hit there. Afe down on the ice, as Sin mentioned, has been completely neutralized in this series so far. As the teams in the league's leading goal scorer in the regular season. 45 goals in 30 games, has just 4 goals in 8 games so far. Potzloff nearly walking through. Mullen tries the quick out. Afe has a step, and he hit the post from the looks of it on the far side. And that sums up how it's gone for FBK.
I actually think he might have gone 5-hole and hit the post there. It was hard to see either way. That's a tough break. An excellent job, an excellent play coming out from Färjestad, and they don't get rewarded for it. That's such a heartbreaker.
Ezeki forced to drop back. Puck knocked loose. Afe has it here. Goes to Mullen, but Antonio couldn't get back on time. It's another offside call.
Is there maybe initially looking to force that through to Antonio, as he did have the step, but it's always dangerous to thread it through a player right there. Mullen trying to hit him on the streak, but Antonio just couldn't get back in time. And Philadelphia getting possession once again, looking for the zone entry. But pretty good job from Färjestad to neutralize that.
What a poke check by Loimu. He leads the rush. Potzloff trailing, I was going to say, to cover him. What a shot there. That deflects wide. Looks like Potzloff was going to join. He ended up having Playmaker and Eki with him. It's incredible numbers.
Yeah, just excellent job from Philadelphia, who are able to attack like that because they always seem to know how and when to get back in those kind of scenarios there. And you can see it again, McSavid having to deal with 2 potential pass options coming to him. And that's a very uncomfortable scenario if you're a goaltender. And speaking of uncomfortable, the break-in from Färjestad just hasn't been there. They have no time, space to get that puck in cleanly. It's, just such an uphill battle here against Philadelphia, and time is ticking away. Perhaps their worst enemy besides Philadelphia is the clock.
We're almost halfway through the second period here at Battle for it in the corner. Loimu comes up with it. Here's Playmaker one-on-one with Laminens. The self-sauces pass in front, and Eki just doesn't find the back of the net. Mullen to Afe. See what he can do. Drops back for Laminens. Self-pass. Now around the back of the net. Kept in by Furion. His pass off the mark. Antonio tried to go back to him. Misses 2 targets. And FBK will be forced to reset.
Yep, again, kind of just what's happened to Färjestad. So close yet so far. Good play, looks like it's developing. They don't capitalize, as we got off of there in on the forehand in a shooting location, and Teemu breaks it up. So close yet so far. That trend continuing for Färjestad, and Philadelphia continuing to shut them down.
Potzloff tries to get it back from Eki. There was knocked loose, maybe banked off of a skate. Big step up there by Playmaker. Laminen's a lot of trouble. Furion trying to get it out as well. The big spin. What a play by Potzloff to disrupt it, though. FBK maintained. Mullen weaves his way through. Drops back. Shot deflects just wide. Mullen fighting for it now with Loimu. He has it. Only momentarily. Loimu, great game so far. Here tonight. What a chance. Shot blocked. Second chance. And again, just couldn't get a hold of it. Still on the rush here. Eki, Potzloff tried to bank it off the back of him. So he wasn't able to hold the post, and a close call there for McSavid.
Yeah, and once again, Philadelphia able to gain that zone as they attack with numbers, throwing 4 guys onto the rush right there and gaining that line. A nice little kind of tic-tac play in the offensive zone to get the chance, but well saved by McSavid.
5 minutes to go here in this second period. Again, a 2-0 series lead, a 2-0 lead on the scoreboard here in game number 3. So FBK need to win at least 1 game to force some action tomorrow. Otherwise, it'll be an hREDS HAVU exclusive broadcast. And a turnover here. Eki for Playmaker. Poked. Eki, the second chance doesn't go as the player was down in front. McSavid had sprawled out on the flying poke check. A force field around the net to keep it at a 2-goal game. An offside call again for Färjestad, just not able to put it together.
Yeah, and that was a nice attempt right there from Antonio. Unfortunately, the bounce just a little bit too far over the line, but that just speaks to how good the gap is of Philadelphia as they try to hit Playmaker right there, streaking up the middle, trying to split the defense, and not able to work that time, but it has worked so often. Just so sneaky are Philadelphia when it comes to entering that zone, and kind of hoping for Furion just to send that one through. Afe could have had a step, but
he
instead
has a step breakaway, scores on the backhand. 3-0 Philadelphia as the team's leading scorer may have just put the dagger in the hearts of FBK.
Yeah, and Färjestad gonna have to be a bit more decisive, a bit more communicative. Either way, that turnover right there, kind of a symptom of not really kind of just doing what they needed to do. And in my opinion, right there, the slap pass option should have been taken. Unfortunately, they turn it over in the neutral zone. Philadelphia gets the quick counterattack, and they capitalize once again at the tail end of a period. That's an absolute heartbreaker. And if you're Färjestad, this is the uphill battle just getting absolutely worse. You can kind of see it at times on some of their faces. It's I wouldn't say defeat, but, just kind of soul searching going on for them. It's like, how do we beat this team? And on the flip side, Philadelphia putting on the performance they do, still looking light, still looking, just on point. And man, their gameplay has been seemingly flawless. They're making Färjestad pay for every single little mistake. It doesn't matter the magnitude. It gets magnified to immense proportions here. We'll see maybe third period. It's a good time for a miracle. So Färjestad, if you've got one in your pocket, let's pull it out.
I mean, heading into the series, we had the interview on Monday, and we heard essentially that, for Phila, they feel like they have this team's number. Success in other tournaments against this club. And here's Eki now up the middle. Played it back, but Playmaker just out of reach. Shot stopped by McSaven. And indeed now for FBK again, a top 4 club in the Elite Division this season. Improving immensely as that one blocked down. Great job to get in front of it by the defense. But this club continuing to improve year in and year out. Just shows the levels that we have here in this division, where top 4, if you're in 4th, it still shows just how far away one of those top 2 spots can be, let alone that spot as Kings of the Mount. Yeah, I think we saw that as well with hREDS up 3-1 on HAVU in our other semifinal, where take a lead like that is incredibly well done. FBK have a goal. Afe with his first of the series. Don't look now, the score 3-1, still plenty of time to go.
One step back in the road to recovery. That's a great play from Färjestad. Just a kind of a tic-tac goal right there as they found Afe with 2 passes into that slot. What they got to do is sort of weather this initial aggression that comes out, get the play back the other way. Short side opportunity from Potsdam, as we so often see, swallowed up by McSaven.
So a replay here of the goal. What an extra pass that was to find Afe again, neutralized for the most part. He knew he'd be the big target. McSaven able to keep that one out. Playmaker trying to keep it alive. 2 goals for him in this game. Färjestad trying to get going down the other way. Here's Afe again. Furion back to him. Chance here. An extra pass. Puck loose. They score! Mullen able to find it through the traffic, and the lead is down to 1.
He's been such a difference maker so far in this series and in the entire playoffs. It doesn't matter if he's finding the score sheet or not. He was the one on the initial last play as well that helped kind of start the passing play off. And the sequence before that was in on the forecheck, laying the hip check, forcing the turnover. Mullen has been everywhere. It's great to see him getting rewarded, driving the net and a goal. And it's a 1-goal game. Färjestad gaining the momentum here. Now it's obtainable.
A chance here now going down the other way. See what they can do. Sin said they were doing some soul searching. There's going to be some confidence now. Furion shot deflects wide. Kept in the attacking zone here. Mullen across. Shot just wide from Afe. Looking like a different team here in the third period. As Eki not able to hold on. Mullen has it now. Over for Furion. He cuts across. Afe looking to pick the corner, but a glove save by Kape.
Not a bad look right there. He did have the option to pass over to Antoni, but you can see Afe is beginning to feel it. Perhaps not getting the power he wanted on that, but we're going to see the timeout coming right now, and this will be from Philadelphia, so they're definitely feeling the pressure as well, as we usually will see the timeout as close to that 6-minute mark as possible. And as whistles sometimes few and far between, you see Philadelphia taking that right now as we get another look at that goal. It was almost the goal by Afe. It was a beautiful behind the back pass from Mullen to try to set that up. It didn't go through. The loose puck goes to him, and he's in great position to tuck that one home on the 5-hole. And Looks like we're going to see the other timeout being taken. Both teams getting those full stamina bars here in preparation for the final push. Färjestad, can they complete the comeback here? They only need one more goal to tie it up. They have 7.5 minutes to do it, but they also have to keep Philadelphia from getting on the scoreboard again. And that is much, much easier said than done, as Philadelphia can make you pay at every turn. This has to be a near perfect 7 minutes and 30 seconds from Färjestad if they want to tie this.
7.5 to go. Still very much up for grabs here as you see how close the faceoffs were compared to game 2. Here's Playmaker up the ice looking to cut in. Still had the puck. For the dying moments. Battle for it here. Antonio Manning comes up with it. He's had a relatively quiet game. In some regards, they're of course involved in at least one of the goals here in terms of the assists. Now 5.5 to play. Good interception by Mullen, but can they gain the zone? We're still working around. Hit there at the line. Potzloff back for Eki. Now it's Playmaker. Potzloff. Eki just out of his reach. There's that one. Banked off a skate and then off the pad of McSavid. Time winding down again. The suffocating pressure from Eki and Playmaker, but they find a bit of space. Mullen for Antonio Manning. Afe knocked off the puck because he was tripped. And FBK to the man advantage. Did not see who was taking a seat. It is going to be Loimu, the right defender. Off the draw. FBK have it. Furion looking. Laminen's chance across. What a stop by Kape. Another chance off the legs of a defender. Looking here. Shot deflects wide. Great looks. Puck alive. Looking. Kick save. Puck loose in the crease. It gets kicked out. Mullen in front. Just out of the reach of Afe. Laminens for Antonio. Back again. Antonio Manning to Laminens. The former Vesa Pampa connection have it clipped away and chopped by Potzloff. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. Incredibly close calls for FBK, but they turn it over again. Potzloff gives chase. It's Eki at the point. We're about to be back to 5-on-5. Shot. Potzloff looking. Swimming is McSavid. Potzloff again. Final minute here in regulation. Game number 3. Is there time for FBK to find the tying goal? Furion. Laminen's now at the point. Looking. Searching for an option. Mullen shot deflected there last moment. And it's covered with 41 to play.
Oh, and Antonio was right there on the doorstep. Looks like he even got a bit of a shot away that kind of deflected back into Kape right there. Just unfortunate for Färjestad.
High up off the draw. Playmaker comes up with it. Fails to send it all the way down. FBK, though. A little bit of contact. And forced to reset. Laminens. Pass out of reach. It's going to be offside. They elect not to give chase. As Eki has it down the right-hand side. Mistimed with 19.5 to play. Still a 1-goal game. Was it too little too late for FBK?
And that scramble in front of the crease where I'm not too sure how it got stayed out. It was great saves from Kape, but that's looking absolutely massive right now at this stage.
Trying to pull the goaltender, extra attackers out, giving chase. And a pass is completed. Loimu will walk it home. A 3-0 series lead for Philadelphia here in the semifinal. Heartbreak for FBK.
Yeah, they came alive, but they were already in too big of a hole when they did so. What an effort by them. And they're really just a bounce away from tying that up. I'm going to go back to that kind of the couple saves that Kape made where that puck was bouncing around, and then a couple other opportunities Färjestad were trying to take whacks at it and couldn't quite get their sticks on it. So close yet so far, but that's the situation that you get placed in if you allow Philadelphia to go ahead 3-0. It almost seems insurmountable. They came close, but now they find themselves in the roughest situation they can be in, down 3 games to none against Philadelphia.
Even with a 3-1 deficit, it might seem like too much. Happy faces for the champs. Philadelphia 1 win away from having the chance to retain their crown. And of course, the lion's share of our prize pool there as well. And Sin, they didn't look dejected before. It's tough to read them. You know, stoic faces at times, but the frustration has to be there. So close to pulling off that comeback.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so close yet so far, and yeah, I know every player on that team is going to be taking the weight on his shoulders because, again, they're all just that kind of player. They're all competitive. They all know that they have a role to play, and if they lose a game, they feel like they have somehow sort of failed in that role. And you know, that as unfortunate as that loss is, maybe building blocks for Färjestad. They were able to come back. They were able to score, but again, it's just Philadelphia seeming like that unstoppable beast here.
So a 3-0 series lead for Phila off the back of a 4-2 victory in game number 3. Game 4 coming up for you all in just a matter of moments here as we get a final look at the stats. Similar save percentages for the netminders in that way. Now you see 14 shots to 9, the TOA advantage as well for Philadelphia. Another successful trip on the draws there for Mullen, but again, they just haven't been able to translate that to the offense.
Yeah, and it's just because of that pressure that's being put on from Philadelphia. All 3 zones. I mean, just the playmaker and Eki, and you could see them when they're forechecking. They're so good at it because they don't overcommit. They don't allow a defenseman a chance to get around them. It's really about containment, especially when Eki sort of forechecks, which is why he's so good at versus. He's able to contain his opponents right there, and you can see it with his defensive skill stick positioning, with how he positions his body. When he'll release that defensive skill stick to be able to intercept something, it's all perfectly calculated, all perfectly timed, and that's what gives Färjestad fits on that breakout because they're just all over them and just not allowing them any time or space. And when they don't have the time, everyone's back and in the trap by the time they do get into that neutral zone. And Färjestad, they were able to break it down a bit at times, but again, not able to score enough. You were already in too big of a hole. And now with the 3-0 series deficit, it's Philadelphia has all but punched their ticket back into the finals.
Absolutely. So we will be back after a brief word from our sponsors here, and we'll set the stage for Game 4, again, coming up in just a few moments.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
Wilhelm vie nakkikioskille kotikatsomossa.
Markov tekee maalin! Sebastian jatkaa ja tekee sen maalin!
All right, so again, a big thank you to our sponsors at Kouvolan Lakritsi, Wilhelm, and of course, Viaplay as well. Friendly reminder for the Finns in chat, you would have just seen it pop up now. Hashtag Viaplay ECL for your chance to win a free month's subscription from our friends at Viaplay. Of course, not only the home for the NHL streaming rights as well, but so much more. Limited access to popular TV shows, thousands of movies, great kids content as well. Check out Viaplay as well, again, for those of you in chat that are, of course, in Finland, an exclusive offer for our Finnish friends in chat. Now, Sin, before heading into Game 4, we're going to get a look here at the highlights from the prior game and the goals scored as well. And you just look at that setup for that first Philadelphia goal, just unbelievably slick passing.
Yeah, it's that's what Philadelphia does so well, especially on the break-ins, is they're able to pass it around just so cleanly, and that's the threat level that they put there. You saw McSavid sliding over, almost knowing or feeling like that one time was coming because he had 2 options, one cutting in, one sitting back door, and there's those neutral zone turnovers that come from the strong forechecking pressure. That time, Playmaker forcing the turnover, getting it to Eki, but Färjestad with some nice passing of their own right there too, attempting it, led to a bouncing puck that Mullen takes away, but this is the moment there when they could have tied it. Shot on, and loose puck, and they simply can't tuck it home, and that's heartbreaking. But again, it's the scenario you put yourself in when you are forced to come back. Those scrambles, they are magnified when you're not able to put the puck in when you're down in a game like that.
Absolutely. Now as well here, Sid, I believe we have a quick moment to get to the other interview that we promised you guys. I'll be intrigued to see what he has to say now that Game 3 is over here. Just to clarify here as well, I believe we actually don't have time for that interview, unfortunately. So, Eki, hey, we appreciate the attempt, and from Martindale as well. But again, thanks to a lovely triple overtime game earlier. Hey, sometimes you got to cut some things out. But hey, one of these days, we'll hear from Eki again. Might be hearing from him sooner rather than later, Sin, because Philadelphia looking to complete the sweep here. They had a sweep, of course, in the second round last year as well. We talked about that. Last year's playoffs, they lost only one game en route to the title, and that was in their first round matchup. This year, they lost 2 already. They haven't lost yet in this series, so it may be somewhat of a repeat this year.
Yeah, definitely. Again, they kind of seem to get better as things go on, but Färjestad have gotten better as the series has gone on. But again, when you dig yourself a hole, it's so very hard to climb out of it. They got close in that last one, but we kind of said it. That was almost a must-win game, and they, again, so close yet so far, kind of what's been happening the entire kind of way for Färjestad in this series.
So again, game number 4, FBK not guaranteed anything else beyond this game here. We'll see how it all plays out now moving forward, as again, we saw their ability to come back here, but we cannot see another slow start from Färjestad in this one. You got to get the champs on the back foot early, and of course, then that's easier said than done. But FBK, of course, in their home green, looking to stay alive, and a good job there by McSavid. Paddle that one away and prevent the rebound. It's Loimu in the attacking zone. Now Teemu shot, rebound there, and Playmaker had a good swipe at it. Just couldn't get that one on net. Couple of early chances there, and another turnover nearly forced. This pass off the mark. Mullen gives chase. Can't take it away from Teemu. Good set of passing here. Playmaker with speed, tried to cut in, gets run over for his troubles. It's FBK in possession. Again, trying to at least extend the action into tomorrow's broadcast. We will see the conclusion of that hREDS HAVU series, currently at a 3-1 series lead for hREDS. However long that series may go, and a chance there for Mullen, tried to pick the near side. Good stop by Kape. Again, a win here for FBK. Could at least delay the end of this series until tomorrow. One way or another. We're in the defensive zone here, kind of hemmed in a little bit. Of course, tends to happen with the front three of Phil. And then saying even once you get it out of your own zone, good luck trying to cross the blue line, is the struggles that they've had as Loimu nearly picked the corner. Good look as well. Eki's pass off the mark. Loimu's still fighting for it. Potzloff who's able to recover. Good movement. Teemu back for Eki. Eki weaving his way through traffic. Loimu over to Teemu. Back again. Shot deflects, but lost all sort of steam that it had. Potzloff had just gotten a piece of it. Chance here. Afe in all alone. Flying poke check from Kape. Takes the opportunity away that quickly. FBK get their first really good look, but Kape was up to the task.
Yeah, just a perfectly timed poke check there as you saw his stick knocking that one away, but another attack with numbers.
Chance there. Furion's pass intercepted. Playmaker just trying to go right down the heart of the defense there. Eki along the boards, able to win it back. Now in the corner, looking short side attempt, doesn't go. Playmaker to Loimu and a big stop by McSaven. Both goalies being tested early here. Laminance. Mullen gets it onside. Antonio Mannin denied by Kape. Big save there from the netminder.
Yeah, I like the mentality from Antonio right there. Kind of made a little move to the middle, tried to put the shot on. Good save by Kape, but good to see Färjestad generating some offense early on.
Loose puck there. Carried down the other way. Playmaker trying to find some space up the middle. Still has it. To the point. Teemu's shot denied by McSaven. Another good opportunity there. Potzloff's pass is intercepted. We have under 5 minutes to go here in our opening period. Game number 4. Space here for Furion. Tried to go for the pass. Just could not find Afe. Furion still in the attacking zone now. Afe back to him and another good look. But surprising we haven't found a goal yet for either side. In this one, it's FBK over the line, trying to cut back. Way too much traffic at the point, but Mullen walks away with it. have it knocked loose by Potzloff. Just to lead it down the other way. The late offside call here for Philadelphia. They're forced to tag up as FBK try to get going back down the other way now. Afe has this one. Back pressure was there. Final minute in the first. Playmaker will slow it down for Philadelphia here. Temu able to find Eki. Eki back to the point here. Playmaker looking. Temu the shot. Big stop. Puck still loose. McSaban went all out. Unfortunately for him, no secondary opportunity. We get to the end of the first. Still looking for our opening goal.
Yeah, got to be a bit of a win there for Färjestad that they're not down. They got a couple chances. Philadelphia did, of course, come back and get a lot of chances of their own. But again, tie game can be beneficial, especially if you're Färjestad trying to stay alive. So you still got a chance. Get the advantage for yourself, and that's really what Färjestad have to do. They have to get a lead. Because when Philadelphia gets a lead, they become all the more dangerous. So you have to play into them. They're dangerous at all times, but honestly, hilariously, they're most dangerous, with that lead and with the aggression that can come out from it, because they know that a team will have to sort of, take extra chances here and there, and that's when they can really start letting those goals pile up for them. So Färjestad really need to make it a point here to get that first goal, maybe even a couple, and put the pressure on Philadelphia for a change.
An early offside call here in the second. And for that opening goal. Big thing for FBK here. Technically the last goal of the previous game was an empty netter, but they've allowed 4 goals now in 2 straight games. After a very close game 1. If I'm not mistaken. Mullen able to recover that one. Laminance leads it into the attacking zone, getting through the pressure, cuts back to the point. Takes a huge hit, though. He's down, and a turnover there by Mullen. Good poke check, though, to at least allow the defense some time to recover. Fury on the hit. Puck down low. Playmaker looking, rifles one through the slot. Nobody on the receiving end. Eki's pass off the mark. Kape will play this one. Best Martin Brodeur impression. An offside call there as well.
Yeah, not a bad look right there. Potzloff looked like he gained the blue line right there, but animation-wise kind of pulled it right back at the last split second. But that's something that Philadelphia practiced a lot, just trying to have, that puck enter the zone only just to get your forwards sort of streaking down. You can get the puck down low to them to establish your cycle.
Back down the other way. Dump and chase here from Fury on. Afe couldn't settle it down. Turnover there. Antonio couldn't fire one on. Fury on trouble with Potzloff, who's able to win it. Turns it right back over to Afe. And again, FBK can't gain the zone. Trouble there at the line, though, for Aloimu. Mullen for FBK. Finds Afe, and a big stop by Kape. May have hit the side of the net. Had Kape not gotten a piece of it, but still a great pass. They ran out of space as Potzloff does as well. Great chances on both sides of the ice here.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pass.
Held in here for Phila. Eki trying the short side. Potzloff still fighting forward as well. Eki back to the point for Loimu. Good movement here from Philadelphia. Slap shot through. Rebound off the deflection. Recovered by FBK. Mullen will lead it down ice. Finds Antonio Manning. Furion right back to him. Mullen the chance. Second chance. He scores! A couple of swipes at it. A couple of kicks at the can. FBK find the opening goal halfway through the second period.
And it's Mullen once again, the captain leading by example. Another 5-hole goal, another hard work blue-collar tally for Mullen, but he'll take it any day of the week as Färjestad take their first lead here today. And I believe the first lead in this series at any point. So that's huge. That's absolutely huge for them. Now, like I said, they can sort of try to play their game, force Philadelphia to have to be the ones to take the risks, and that's how Färjestad can open up more of their stretch passes, more of their slap pass plays. You can see Afe. Look at him cheating now. He wasn't doing that before. So Färjestad definitely have a game play in mind. They're able to execute it now.
Same game plan sin they used against Jyväskylä back in the day. That kind of breakout that they had in the playoffs. Score first. Like you said, play your game instead of having to try and counteract Philadelphia at all times. Another dump and chase to put pressure on the defense, but Loimu handled it well. Now 6 minutes to go here in the second period of game number 4. Big hip check there, kept in by Loimu though for Philadelphia. Back down low for Recchi, and miscommunication there with Loimu. An uncharacteristic mistake from those two on the right-hand side.
Yeah, absolutely. Loimu just predicting the puck going around the net a bit sooner than it was, and they don't connect, but they do maintain possession. They get another break in.
Looking here, down low, playmaker. 2 goals in game number 3. Recchi back to him. Great defense there for Färjestad. Mullen nearly intercepted it. Playmaker shot blocked by Furion. Now 2.5 to go. Mullen couldn't get it back to the defender. Right back in on the attack of Philadelphia. Playmaker for Potzloff. Same move for Loimu, the shot. Forced to stop. Loose puck here. Potzloff, wraparound bid, still fighting for it, and McSaven will find it through the traffic. Love a face-off with 1:01 to play.
Yeah, great job by McSaven in this game. Kind of just being more on point. Definitely looking a lot more settled in the crease than he was in the previous one.
In control of the puck now, off the draw, but struggling to get it out. Playing with fire here. It's recovered by Mullen. One more rush. They go for the quick out. Afe just can't get to it. Antonio had it for the moment. Loose puck still there. Shot on. And Loimu will find the puck and settle it down nearly. 2-for-1 special there for FBK. Sin, they carry the lead, though, into the third. It's 1-0.
The timing on that play is just so impressive. Afe is a couple steps behind the defenders right there, but they know the speed level that he has, so the slap pass comes out anyway. He's not the one to get it. It's actually Antonio who's able to pick it up. Not able to get the chance away, though, so they'll only maintain the 1-0 lead in this one. Philadelphia with the advantage time on attack and the shots, but as we said before, particularly in the hREDS HAVU series, that doesn't matter if you don't score, and Färjestad are the ones with the advantage in this one.
So here we go. The final period of play that Färjestad are guaranteed this season. They have to earn the right to extra hockey from here on out. The attacking zone early deflection bid was blocked down. A chance there for Afe, taken away by the defense. Philadelphia. At times this postseason, we saw it against IQ. We saw it in a close game earlier this series, have struggled to score. Not for a lack of trying. Chance for Potzloff, deflects just wide. Playmaker, short side, and a great job there by McSaven to trust the defense and hold that post.
Yeah, real good job by him. In a scenario where perhaps in the last game, that's exactly how he got scored on. Perhaps it would have happened again, but yeah, he is doing a much, much better job here. The defense are working better around him as well, picking up the guys and helping McDavid feel safer there in that crease to be able to play the shot.
Trouble there for Laminens, but he's able to get out of it. Mullen, a little bit of space here in the attacking zone. Tried to go down low. There's going to be a foot race for the puck here. Eki was able to get there. Playmaker gains the line. He turns it over, though. Time continuing to tick away. Only good news for FBK as they have the lead here in game number 4. Mullen can't hold on to it. Antonio Manning fighting for it as well. Scramble for it. Still being fought for at this stage. It's going to be FBK who come up with it, but ultimately ice the puck.
Yeah, that's unfortunate right there. He did have a couple passing lanes, maybe a split second's hesitation. He's got a body on him. All of a sudden, he can't pass where he wants and ices the puck. Big opportunity for Potzloff.
Chance there. Potzloff down low. Playmaker trying to fend out the pressure. Potzloff point blank. Eki's still there. And McSaven finally finds the puck to be able to hold on to it. Couple of close calls. How many more chances like that will they get away with?
Yeah, feeling like a bit of survival mode right now for Färjestad, but they'll take anything that they can get. They need to get this puck out of the zone, however, though, because that forechecking pressure from Philadelphia really picking up.
Chance now for Antonio Manning finds Mullen, but he just lost possession momentarily as he crossed the line.
And that was a great bit of L skating. His puck protection has been phenomenal several times, especially on that side of the ice. He's been able to protect the puck and help his team gain an entry. And had that one not gone off sides, that was Lehmanen's going backdoor.
Here's Afe stepping in, just couldn't pull the trigger. Tried to wait out Kape. Make him make the first move. Kape didn't blink. Here's Mullen now over the line. 9.5 to go. Shot on. Paddled away by Kape. Philadelphia looking for that goal. Looking to take care of business here. Take tomorrow off if you win this game. Mackey. Chance there. Looked like it found its way through the traffic, at least momentarily. In space now, down the other way, Mullen. Unable to work his way past the layers of defense there. Here's Playmaker. Sends it down low, 6.5 to play now. Afe, a little bit of space to work with. Antonio right back to him. Let's see what happens here. 5.5 to go. Potzloff not able to get that one. Playmaker has it. Big chance for Loimu. Better save by McSafe. They tried the quick out. Lehmanen's fighting for it. He has it. Antonio with him. He's forced to cut back. Mullen down low. Afe recovers in the corner. Bumped off, but recovers once again. Afe looking. Great interception by Loimu. 3 minutes to go to try and stay alive in this series. Chance here for Eki. Knocked loose. Potzloff over to Loimu. Shot by Playmaker. It's loose in the crease once more. And again, they survive. Afe has it knocked off his tape. Final 1.5 minutes. FBK looking to extend their season. Pass in front, intercepted by Afe. Great work. Here's Mullen, the captain. Weaves his way through. What a job. Has the pass to Antonio, and the puck's still alive. Goes for the board play to fend off pressure. Afe's there with him. But it's Eki who comes up with it. 45 to play. And an offside call. Nervous moments for FBK, Sin.
Yeah, just incredible play from Mullen. That, again, his L skating on the line to maintain possession, weaved his way through, got the pass over to Antonio, and him and Afe here, a bit too much hesitation, I think, when they get those pucks into shooting positions. They're waiting for the perfect one, and they just need to pull the trigger right there. Is both of them delaying to a point where they don't even get a shot away. It's, in a tight 1-goal game like this, I would rather see them putting this puck on net, trying to see if they can get a rebound, make them get a cover down low or get a secondary opportunity, hem them in something. But when they don't get those shots away, it kind of feels like opportunity's gone by the wayside. As a Philadelphia so far, able to counterattack quickly off of that when they're not having to kind of chase after a loose puck, when they can maintain their defensive zone format. It's just, they're able to counterattack so well.
You see the shots, you see the stats.
We see the logo of Philadelphia is a deer.
Ah, there you go. Well, at least that version of it. I mean, their official logo though, whether it be a wolf, whether it be a deer, whether it be a horse, it's majestic. But that boa constrictor-like strategy, not quite working out here. I mean, FBK have the goal. What a pass, and it's in! Heartbreak for Färjestad off the draw. Eki gets the credit. We're tied at 1.
That one hurts a lot. That's a good passing play, and McSavid kind of trying to get back to cover that one-timer. Would have been in great position for it, but the shot not getting off with the power necessary. What a pass right there, and it just sort of trickles in to that far side, and Philadelphia have tied the game, and that's why you got to take your opportunities when presented to you. Färjestad only able to get that 1 goal. It's not enough at the end of the day, and Philadelphia have tied it.
So close, yet so far for FBK. 39 seconds to play in regulation here. Will we go to overtime, or will there be a winner? You had a feeling for Färjestad that 1 goal simply wouldn't be enough. Indeed, that proved to be the case. Here's Eki. He's got a bit of space. Down low in the corner. Lehmanen's able to fend him off. Mullen trouble. Off of the pressure, FBK struggling to get it out as Philadelphia is going for the kill. So many chances not taken advantage of for FBK. Mullen not able to hold on to it. 5 seconds to play. Eki for playmaker. Tried to go back to Eki. Doesn't convert. Chance there, and indeed, it'll be overtime. Here in game number 4, Färjestad's season on the line.
Yeah, their season on the line. That it's gotta kind of hurt. Letting that game sort of slip away from you, but one goal is simply not going to be enough to beat a team like Philadelphia. You'd have to be incredibly fortunate to have that hold up, and the fortune went against them with that puck that sort of trickled in right there. So it will take overtime here, and Philadelphia have looked better and better as that game went on, but Färjestad, they have that quick strike ability. I'd like to see them play with the mentality that they played with at the beginning when they got that, the 1-0 lead, where they started to try to stretch the game out a little more. I think that's what it's going to take here in overtime to keep their season alive.
So here we are, all or nothing for FBK. Philadelphia 3-0 lead. You can afford to lose a couple. Worst case scenario. Hotzloff shot on, handled well by McSaven. Good pressure here in the attacking zone once more. A race for the loose puck, recovered. It's FBK going down the other way. Antonio Manning for Laminens. Round the back. Laminens looking. Circles through. Finds Antonio Manning again. Afe nowhere to go. Completely stifled. As Eki with a strong shove, but it's Färjestad holding on to this one. Loose puck. Mullen again has it poked away. Laminen's looking for any sort of pass option here. Färjestad forced to go backwards once more. Just nowhere to go. Afe. Red Eki well on that attempt. Here's Mullen again. Double team. Nowhere to go. Incredible trap work from Philadelphia. Paying off in spades right now. Risky pass. Färjestad has it. Big stretch pass to Antonio Manning. Bit of space here. Tries to cut in. It's Potsdam who finds it below the goal line. 8 minutes gone now of this first overtime. We saw a triple overtime thriller earlier in this broadcast. As Eki goes down to playmaker. Looking. Eki not able to hold it. They try the quick out. It's going to be won by Färjestad. Antonio Manning to Afe. Tried to go across the Mullen at the back post. So Afe trying to catch up into the play. Nearly intercepted that one. And Philadelphia forced to slow it down. 5 men back for FBK.
Yeah, going to want to get their stamina bars up a little bit before they try to attack again. They look to split the D up the middle. Goes back to McSaven. He'll just kind of throw it all the way back down and maybe looking to play catch there with Kape. Doesn't go for icing.
So it's Philadelphia's possession here. Intercepted there by Mullen. Great takeaway. Has Afe with him. Mullen looking, and a stop by Kape. Never gave up that post.
Yeah, maybe it a bit too telegraphed, as well as Mullen actually went to the backhand there to pass that over. Kape in that situation can understand there's probably no shot going to come, and the defense can actually play it easier from that angle as well.
Antonio to Furion. Big kick save. Good point shot there for FBK. Here's playmaker. It's around the back of the net. Antonio Manning digs it out of trouble. And now over the line. Here's Mullen looking. Pass in front, intercepted by playmaker on the back check. We have 5 minutes to go here in this overtime. Here's Eki, just didn't get the pickup. Would have been an incredibly dangerous opportunity for Philadelphia there. Mullen holds it on the back skate. Laminens looking. Mullen in front again. There's nobody there. This one deflects off of a skate. And FBK recover.
And perhaps I'd like to see a few more shots being taken from Färjestad, particularly from the points right there. So they're looking to force that middle, and Philadelphia's collapse right now is on point, and you said it, there's just no space.
Trouble there, but again maintained by Färjestad. It's Afe with the puck now. Can't step around Loimu. Aki will take his time. Slow a final 2 minutes here, real time. at this stage. Philadelphia trying to get the defense moving, and they do. Potzloff with space, tries to send it in front, nearly tested him on the short side there. Here's Antonio Mannin trying to get through, and they're offside.
Yeah, and unfortunately, him and Afe kind of going to the same ice right there, which created just a little bit more havoc than they needed, so they go offside.
Off the draw, Philadelphia in control. Looking for just the third goal of this game. It'll prove to be the game winner. Set stretch pass off the mark. Loimu gives chase. No icing, of course. We hit the final minute now, just about. Eki. The playmaker looking to go back. Eki! Puck in the air and batted out by McSavid. So close, yet so far. Goodness gracious, your season can't get any closer to being ended than that. Shot there from Afe and a glove stop by Kape.
Yeah, he's wanting so bad to pick that corner, but Kape's not giving it up right there. And Mullen was being pretty well covered, may have been able to get the shot away had they tried to go back to the middle, but Afe trying to opt to use his sniper build to do what it does and try to pick that corner, but great glove stop coming out from Kape, and this game will continue.
35 to play now here. Eki. Dishes off to Loimu. Pots off back to him. Doesn't go. May have clipped the post. Good give and goes here at the point. Loimu takes his rightful spot back. Shot, deflection, loose. Puck swatted towards the net and picked up by the defender.
Game saver from Furion. Game saver.
It's Mullen having trouble, but he still has it. It's Lehman's actually in the zone. Chance there for Antonio Mannin. Puck still in the crease, trying to fight for it, and Kape is able to cover with 4 seconds to play. No empty net here for McSavid, so one more chance off the draw here in OT1. Face-off won by Potzloff, and that will send us to a second overtime.
Wow, this game is insane, man. Färjestad hanging on to their season by the final thread. The knife of Philadelphia attempting to sever it, but they are surviving, and they are starting to get a few more chances here and there are Färjestad, and that's exactly what they're going to need. And now, all it takes right now, you just need a goal, and you survive. And then you can reset, kind of try to, get back on track tomorrow. Just one game at a time, one play at a time is what it's going to take right there. And Eki cannot believe where that shot ended up, going off the pad, up into the air, resting on the net, and then batted away by McSavid. So close, yet so far. Now we're saying it for Philadelphia in that one, and we'll see if that one comes back to haunt them here.
And it's here early on in the second overtime for Afe. And we'll hold on to it, but FPK still in on the attack. Mon across, Afe. Just couldn't get a piece of it. Laminitz looking. Cutting back. Knocked loose there by Eki. Tremendous work. Here comes Playmaker. Down the other way. In front. Potzloff banked it off the side of the goal. Eki. Trying to get McSavid moving. Playmaker. Let's it go up to the point. Eki looking short side. Stopped by McSavid.
Yeah, they keep going back to test that right there, and really good job from them on that zone. But I like the aggressiveness a bit more coming out from Färjestad in their own end, trying to force those turnovers, get their own counterattack going.
Control for FPK off the draw. Antonio forced to drop back in triple coverage. FPK gained the zone. The answer is no. Playmaker got a piece of it. Eki looking. Eki rips one just wide. Crafty look there from the European GWC winner. Chance for Potzloff, loose puck, bouncing around, McSavid down and out, and he gets the cover. Unbelievable.
Wow, what an effort from him as Philadelphia really pouring it on. You saw the toe drag shot coming out from Eki, and that opportunity was dangerous, but McSavid finds a way.
The shot denied by Antonio Mannin, bounces all the way back to the Philadelphia zone off of his shin pad. So we continue on. When will it end Wednesdays? Living up to the hype. Furion has it here. Trouble with Eki. Big opportunities moving forward here. Potzloff. Got it over to Eki, who wasn't able to hold on to it. And a chance now for Furion to step up. Self-sauce by the defender. Pass in front. Chanson taken away by Playmaker. Over to Eki. Bouncing around. Afe has it again. Loses it for the moment. Mullen. And an offside call once more for FBK.
Yeah, these are feeling like a bit of self-inflicted wounds right there. Yes, Philadelphia's doing a pretty good job of getting back, but Färjestad looking to get a bit crossed up with themselves occasionally on these break-ins too, which aren't doing them any favors.
They do gain the zone this time out, though. Afe fending off some pressure, but not all of it. Halfway through overtime 2. It's Philadelphia forced to take their time here. Teemu trying to hold on to it. Potzloff with trouble as well. Lehmanens took that one away. Afe stripped of the puck by Eki. Incredibly well done. Playmaker. Nowhere to go either. A stalemate of the blue lines. Mullen takes the hit. And Phila will go down the other way. Again, who will find that breakthrough? Here's Antonio Mannon. Back for Lehmanens. Antonio again tried to feed it in front. It's just not there. Philadelphia's all over it. I agree with Sin from overtime 1. FBK needs some different looks if they have the opportunity again. They do win the puck back. Afe for Furion. Looking. Circling around. Afe. Down low in the office. Back to the point for Antonio Mannon. Trouble with Eki. Good poke check there by Mullen to win it, but only momentarily. And a good bump from Furion to force the offside. It's in the possession game for FBK. It's just not generating the chances that they'd be hoping for.
Yeah, it absolutely isn't. So again, you're gonna have to go outside of your kind of comfort zone in that scenario and look for other things. I mean, Philadelphia just not gonna give up those chances too easily. It'll coming down to a force, and you don't want to put your season up to chance.
Here's Afe, shot on, stopped by Kape. Afe gets it back and elected to pass. And what does that say about the confidence of the league's leading goal scorer? Antonio bumped off the puck. Real-time, final 2 minutes in OT2. Are we on the verge of our third overtime here? Our third overtime of the night. These teams never disappoint. Zeki has it now. Trying to fend off the pressure. Playmaker. Interception there from Antonio Mannon. A minute and a half to play. Lehmanens tried to go to Antonio. Eki all over him. Pass all the way down. Let's see what they can do here on this rush attempt. Any rush can be the deciding goal. Generate the deciding goal. Here's Eki knocked off. Loimu's shot blocked down. A loose puck recovered by FBK. Here's Afe. Looking to generate speed. Drops back. Mullen over to Afe again, but Teemu is there to take it away. Good patience from Potzloff. Pass off the mark. Good interception there by Eki. Loimu. Eki again. Good give and goes here. Teemu. Shot deflection for Playmaker and a stop by McSaven.
Unfortunately, not a juicy rebound either, as that was Potzloff cutting in on that left-hand side, looking for it with that right-handed shot.
Shot blocked down there, bouncing around, still up for grabs. Playmaker settles it. Eki, one-timer and a big kick stop there by McSaven on Loimu. Shot scores! Playmaker picks the corner. Philadelphia are on their way to the championship round to defend their title. It's a 4-game sweep over Färjestad. The double overtime hero, it's Playmaker.
And that's why sometimes you just gotta pull the trigger, and Playmaker does just that. Circles around the horn into that high slot above the circles, goes at top right glove, beating McSaven, and Philadelphia have punched their ticket into the finals. Just what an effort by both of these squads. Färjestad, again, kept it as close as possible in these second 2 games. It's kind of crazy saying that when they just got swept, but they really put in a Herculean effort here in games 3 and 4, but came up just shy, and kind of the bad start in games 1 and 2 really doomed them in that regard. And Philadelphia on their way back to defend their title.
We have said it all season long. When you have a stalemate like this and you keep trying the same force opportunities, you're essentially putting it down to luck, or you can try something else. Playmaker tried something else with that shot attempt, and it very much worked. As they complete this 4-game sweep, they are off to the championship round, where they await the winner of HAVU and hREDS. Again, hREDS a 3-1 series lead at this stage. So a huge moment there. A job well done. Sin, we'll be having plenty of opportunities to talk about Philadelphia moving forward and heading in to the championship round. But all things considered for FBK, I mean, again, a phenomenal season. They keep getting better. But as we've talked about, despite being a top 4 team, you wouldn't think there'd be as much of a gap within the top 4. But until further notice, it's Philadelphia and then the other 3 in the Big 4, a decent step below. But still a fantastic season for FBK.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And again, yeah, they are growing in leaps and bounds here. And there's just a couple kind of things that they still need to clean up, but that's easy to kind of find those weaknesses against a team like Philadelphia, who just will continue to poke holes in all parts of your games and find their advantages and capitalize on their chances and get a bounce when they need it, put a shot on, pick the corner when they need to. And that all comes from just, being able to dictate the pace of play, getting more of the chances, more of the zone time. And they're one of those teams that really are able to capitalize on it.
Absolutely. So again, a massive victory there for Philadelphia. They are off to the finals, exactly where they wanted to be, our number 1 seed, the number 1 team in the league for a reason, and they are on their way back. I will mention this as well, as we are just getting word behind the scenes in terms of how we're going to wrap up this broadcast. I will mention as well in chat, we'll toss up the graphic again. We have one more giveaway, of course, coming up here in just a matter of moments. Hashtag Viaplay ECL for your opportunity, of course, for the Finns in chat to walk away with a free month subscription to Viaplay as well. And getting word that we might be getting an interview in here short term or not, regardless. Just waiting to see what's going to happen here. And indeed, it looks like we're going to be able to get a quick word in here with Eki. We'll keep it pretty short and to the point once he is in here after a marathon broadcast, to say the absolute least here, Sin. But again, Philadelphia off to the final. I mean, how much more can you sing their praises, right? It was the expectation. Always nice to see a team live up to the expectations.
Yeah, and again, talking about teams getting better and better every year, Philadelphia is also one of those teams who they aren't happy by being on the top of the mountain. They always want to continue to get better and put themselves, higher on top of the mountain if that's even possible. They find a way. They find a higher mountain, and it just seems like no matter what this team does, who they bring in, they can find a way to make it work. And hard work, practice, and just excellent players, raw talent all across the board is kind of what makes this Philadelphia team click.
Absolutely. So I believe, of course, we have the look at the updated bracket here. It is official. Philadelphia, 4 wins away from retaining their championship, as we will see again how this all plays out moving forward. And a prediction there, apparently. I often don't point out mistakes on the broadcast. It does say hREDS 4-1. A prediction, apparently, from those behind the scenes. Use it as motivation, HAVU. Use it as motivation. Moving forward here into the action tomorrow night, as, again, looking to be able to get word here with Eki moving forward. I am sit him over here.
You are between two worlds, my friend.
I am. This is great. This is interesting. If I don't like this side, I can always go over here. And now I'm nowhere around. So, indeed, Eki is in on the voice call here, sir. A big congratulations to you and the club, of course, back into the championship round. Intrigued to have your opinion and your thoughts on how that series went with FBK, because especially with those last two games, looked as though a sweep wasn't exactly a certainty.
Yeah. Going in, we kind of knew what to expect with their game style, and we just played our game. And Färjestad got better as the series progressed, but luckily we got the 4 wins.
Yeah, definitely. Now, we were mentioning kind of how you were able to key in on that. What sort of specific parts of Färjestad's game that did you feel like that you really had to watch out for?
It's off. It's all up. They look for offense breakaways and then those quick counterattacks overall. I feel like once you get the quick counters, under control against Färjestad, it makes your life much easier.
Fair enough. Now, again, I mentioned it as well in the broadcast and saw it in chat. McSavid as well with a pretty strong performance in that series. But, you know, we talked about the levels as well between the teams here. And you guys just continue to show that at the end of the day, you find a breakthrough between the relentless forecheck that you guys deploy, and then you got to get past the blue line. And if you get past the blue line, then you got to get past Kape. It's incredible how you guys just continue to improve as a club. I mean, especially, too, the changes that you made. Teemu this season as well, stepping in and what he's meant to this team. I'm presuming you guys had no doubts that this is how this season would go and that you'd find yourselves back in the finals.
Yeah, well, we were very surprised how well Teemu fitted our group right away. There wasn't any problems fitting in. And then we've always had the main core. Usually the lefty is what has changed in the past as well. So of course I think that's the most important thing, to build chemistry every year, and that's how we've gotten better. Play with the same group of guys, and yeah, it's shown on the ice. Like I said in the pre-game interview, I feel like we are one of the only teams in the ECL who actually forecheck. I have no idea why other teams don't do it. I think it's so effective. But
yeah, I would definitely agree. I think, I'm definitely a big believer in the forecheck. And again, you guys do it so well, and you don't overcommit ever. You always make sure to get back on that back check. Which brings me to my next points. We often mention playmaker Eki, just how important you are. But Potzloff at times, as you know, is such an incredible player, seemingly going unnoticed at times. What, in your opinion, does he bring to the table that's just so important for you guys?
Sorry, who?
Potzloff, sorry.
Oh yeah, Potzloff. Well, he's the key to our game. Our center, our captain. I think he kind of rhythms the game as a center is supposed to, and he goes unnoticed a lot in the broadcast, because mostly me and Lee score the goals. But big reason why that is, it's because we are just higher up. But Potzloff is, I would kind of compare him to Bergeron. In the real NHL, he's kind of everywhere, amazing defensively, one of the best defensive centers, and then also can put the points in the put some points up in the scoreboard when needed to.
Now that's a player to model yourself after, unlike who Kafe tries to model himself after. I'll say that. Eki, thank you very much for joining us here. Again, a big congratulations to you and the team, and we look forward to calling your games in the finals.
Appreciate it. Good job as always.
Thanks, man.
Very much. So, everybody, with that, it has been a marathon broadcast, to say the least. We will let you all out of here. Of course, one final time, hashtag ViaPlay ECL in the chat if you are a Finn, for an opportunity to win a free month subscription as well to our friends at ViaPlay. Sin, tomorrow we will find out who will join Philadelphia in the finals. They get a nice day off. They get to sit back and relax. hREDS, a 3-1 lead on HAVU, 1 win away from setting up the rematch of last year's final, where again, Phila swept hREDS in that championship series. They have had, ultimately, I think that chip on their shoulder, Sin, for the entire season. They're 1 win away, but we know HAVU is defending champions. We'll have something to say about that. So look forward to that broadcast tomorrow, everybody. We are done here. Get some sleep. If you're on the other side of the Atlantic from Sin and I, you can follow Sin on Twitter, as you see on your screen, at SinFTWProd, and on YouTube, at Sin for the Win Productions. I am everywhere at Tukey24. A big thank you again to our sponsors at Wilhelm, Kovalan Lakritsi, and Viaplay, and everyone behind the scenes who helps make this what it is. Connor as well, thank you for your help with the interviews. We will see all of you tomorrow to find out who will join Philadelphia in the final.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
Marko tekee maalin! Sebastian Aho ja tekee sen maalin!
Wilhelm vie nakkikioskille kotikatsomossa.